Ladies and gentlemen, minions and masters, welcome to King Puff Cup 33 Swiss stages. We're going live. Me, thanks, I'm here. Thank you. And Hagenome, the one and only. How you doing, Hagen?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty hyped that we got the major league player, caster, commentator, something things back in the game today. Very exciting. Sure you'll all agree.
Sorry about that. I just decided to plug on my microphone for a bit. Don't worry about that. Yeah, it's nice to be back, to be invited and appreciated by this community. Always great to be back.
Yeah. You've been out for a while, I believe.
Well, yeah, half a year. No, not a year. Oh, almost. So I've been in and out, just playing with some people and seeing everyone in chat is always great fun. Seeing new players come to the stage, like the first game we're gonna see Asmuth and Croaker. Never seen Asmuth play before. Really excited about that. He has some interesting
Yeah, indeed.
lineups, and yeah,
I see Asmuth has a Colossus deck, and as everyone knows, I have a bit of a sick addiction to that minion. So I'm already liking this man a lot. He gets an A+ from me.
A+, fantastic, amazing. So we're gonna be seeing a lot of great players today, and we gotta spend a moment talking about the circuit points because this is a final King Puff Cup now. Like before we going into the final stages of the tournament, right? This is the last one.
Yeah, before we go to the one and only the Invitational, where the Titans fight for an even bigger reward and prize than usual.
Yeah, definitely. And today is the last time to get yourself a chance to join here. Oh wait, there's no extra, right? No wildcards. I'm just confirming it. I'm rusty.
Thankfully, we do not have wildcards here. Thank the Lord.
Thank the Lord. Hallelujah.
Indeed.
Fantastic. And we're gonna see some great, like we see Cat on top of the list with like over 100 points. It's insane. It's the only player who's been able to do that. Some proper Swedish power.
Yeah, the Swedish powerhouse.
Swedish powerhouse, that's for sure. And it's really exciting to see. Cat was like when I left, like he was starting to do really well. He like won a tournament with Milloween with no spells. I hear that he still does this. Like he hasn't learned. And he still doesn't know how to include spells.
Might very well be the case. But yeah, Cat has definitely come up and become one of, if not the best player in the game currently.
Yeah, very exciting. And, I see players like JF on the list. Like, he was someone who was always on top of the leaderboard, but didn't participate in tournaments. So, it's super exciting to be back seeing things like that. And Veselin, I know him personally, and he was always messing about. Like, I never took him seriously when we were playing because, I would usually win. But he's a lot better player now. It's insane to see the progress.
I am pretty sure Veselin and a few others did bring a few memes to the last KPC, though, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure some people copied some old school decks in that one. But yeah. Definitely a player as well.
Fantastic. And, we see some new names. We see some old and sturdy one like Video Gamer. He comes and goes with his live streams.
I mean, really missing those streams. He's a great streamer, but family comes first and all. But he's also really good player. And as long as he doesn't choke on anything, he gets high up there.
Definitely. And one name that really excites me personally. Like, I love to watch this guy. This guy always entertains me, always does something new, always does something crazy. It's Darien.
Oh yeah.
One KPC final, he was playing against, I think it was Rush second. And we were allowed to switch deck. Like, you could switch during, the master, you could switch some cards. And he played with a red golem deck. And the last game, he took out the red golem and put in a cleaver because he had illusionary cleaver in his deck. So he took out the red golem, put in the cleaver. In the last round, Liz was like, the score was 2-2 grand final up against Rush second. And he puts in the cleaver, and it took Rush second so by surprise. I think he did like 1,200 damage or something. I ended up winning him the entire tournament.
Darien definitely has a love for that card, no matter how much the game or the meta changes or what else.
Yeah,
And yeah, also a very, very solid player. Had the pleasure of playing against him myself in multiple tournaments in the past. And yeah, he's a tough nut to crack.
definitely. I never cracked that nut. So, like facing him on ladder, that was just okay. I'm gonna learn from this, but I'm gonna get stomped. I couldn't. So, if you've been able to crack that nut, I salute you, sir. So it seems like the banning phase is done. Let's see. Asmuth is going to be banning the Setsu and Volko, taking away from Croaker, and Croaker is going to be taking away the King Puff and Stormbringer. I mean,
Right.
Stormbringer is.
Well, let's to take a look at these decks, I suppose. Here, what do they have? So, okay, Croaker started out by banning the Stormbringer of Asmuth here, and it's like a Stormbringer. It has, I mean, it's a Harbinger. A few interesting cards. Like, I don't really see a lot of Dragon Whelps or Crossbow Dudes. Shielded Crossbow Dudes in meta decks nowadays. Harbinger is definitely a card that's a staple in many sort of like Stormbringer or Mordor decks. I mean, I mean, the statue as well, a bit of an odd choice, but I think it's a card that's become much stronger in this current meta. So I haven't played too much with myself, but yeah, I wonder exactly why he banned it. What exactly he didn't want to face, or what he wanted to avoid with that ban.
It could be just like he wants to avoid the Stormbringer because of the poke. The potential of, you know, getting withered down by the Stormbringer free damage across the board. You know, we talked about things like Crossbow Dudes being a hugely debated card when it comes to Crossbow Dudes versus Stint. But when we look at Asmuth's deck, like it's exciting to see his lineup. Now it feels like he's someone who has like centers around a couple of cards and then builds around that. Like, founds a couple of cards like Colossus, which we were super excited about. The Harbinger, Scratch Launcher, you know, Colossus. Yeah.
I mean,
and just balls around it. Sorry.
yeah. I mean, his Mordor deck is not exactly typical. There's a lot of like cheaper units, like the Horde and the Marines and a lot of Legionnaires, like a lot, and even a Warrior and Dragon Whelp. This feels very old school. A lot of these cards not being used in any meta for a long time, and I mean, just like it seems like a really cheap cycle deck with this, with the biggest minions being a monkey and Defenso.
Definitely, and we should be going live now any second here. And like last pointing out, like his deck is very like, to address the Mordor deck, since we, you know, brought that up. I think he just wants the high cycle. Like,
yeah,
I'm really excited to see
cheap.
it. Yeah,
I'm very interested to see how, like, what sort of value he wants to get from those versus and what he ends up getting.
Yeah, this first game is gonna go to show us, like, it's gonna be the first game of the day. It's gonna be high pressure, both players. You know, Croaker X has played in tournaments before, but both players gonna be like, oh shit, everyone's watching me. This is gonna be the first game of the day, and we might see something new because of it. Yeah, people think like, oh, I need to impress, I need to focus, and then do something.
Yeah, and he has like two. He has two decks that are like his two remaining decks are fairly unique. They're not like standard in any way. Like even the Clear Skies in this Ravager, it's not like a standard one at all. And I do definitely also understand why Croaker X ended up banning the KP of Asmuth, as KP is very strong.
Alright, let's see. Just waiting for the game to start here at my end. Let's see. Seems like we're just getting a little bit of delay.
Yeah, the first game should be starting quite soon.
Yeah, Minion Masters needs some time to boot up, guys. Just let it wake up. You know, it's
and
early
the developers are right.
Yeah, FDM needs to get up and wake up and get his stuff done.
Taking quite a long weekend. Hasn't gotten quite over the eggnog he had yesterday.
Yeah, the eggnog, definitely. Need to pour down some coffee. You know, get in the right mood and then get going. Get
those hamsters flying.
Definitely.
Or whatever they do.
Yeah, run. mostly in small, tight cages.
Ah, yes, they run. That's how it is. They don't know wings. My bad. I forgot.
Yeah. Well, quite impressive. So, with that in mind, like we're just waiting for the game to start here, guys. Don't worry about it. It's it is what it is. It's the first game of the day. We need to have a obligatory hiccup.
Don't think we actually covered any of Croaker's decks almost. So yeah, Asmuth ends up banning Setsu and the Volko. Why? Setsu seems like fairly cheap cycle. It has a combust in there. Combust with the recent change is very explosive in more ways than one. Now having a super short delay.
Definitely. I mean, you should always respect the Setsu. Like, if you have a 2 and a 3 mana spell in Setsu, you can instantly do around 600 to 800 damage, depending on how greedy you are, with the perk 3. So he could just be respecting the burst.
As a Setsu main myself, I can definitely say that if you get to that third perk, your enemy will melt.
Yeah, really. But you know, it's you have to make sure that your enemy is below 2,000. Like, if your enemy is still on 3,000 health when you reach perk 3, you're probably losing that game.
Well, then you have other issues than.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, you see his deck, and he's gonna bring you below 2,000. There's no chance. There's a living statue there. Hello, that thing is gonna smack up your turret so good. And you know, you have stun lancers take down big threats as well. So it could be the fact that he doesn't want to face the stun lancer because he has those big minions in his lineup.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, stun lancers are a pain, especially against his Colossus deck in particular. That's gonna be not the easiest to handle.
Yeah, it's gonna be, you know, it's a big thorn in his side, so he doesn't have to worry about the stun lancer because he didn't include it anywhere else. So he needs to worry about other things. The one thing that was surprised was the fact that he didn't ban the APEP.
Definitely. I mean, I've had this view for a long time, and I'm sure a lot of Twitch chat already knows what I'm about to say. But APEP, I would say, is the most strong and RNG heavy master in the game. Has been since the beginning. And it's a master that I would always ban in every single tournament format ever. I just don't want to face it.
I feel like Setsu is the sort of introduction master, which is easy to learn because you get a free 2 mana cost, you get a saving grace on perk 2, and you get a free 4 mana cost card. But you as a new player want to. Yeah, it can do both ways. But like, and as a new player, you're not into the game yet. You know, you're learning. You get to experiment with all these cards. It's a great master to start out with. But a pro, like a proper player, you know, he will master this hard. You know, he will know how to abuse that 0 mana card. It seems like they're in game, but we just don't get to watch today, guys. Sorry about that. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. Hopefully, gonna be getting into the first match very, very soon, guys. We are clicking our buttons quite harshly. Ferociously even, yes. And we are loading in here. At least I am.
Yeah, it says so, but you know, oh, here we are, guys. It's already going ham. Asmuth having a werewolf on top of his face. Chain lightning is gonna go out. Illusion of Cleaver is gonna come down, but he actually chooses to use Lost Legionnaire.
So yeah, we do see the APEP for Croaker and the Colossus Ravager for Asmuth.
Yeah, great opening here from Croaker. It really shows why he won the KPC last time, because you know, you start with that hybrid master, you know, start with a flexible pick. This way, you know, he can be able to respond to any threat.
APEP definitely quite flexible there. APEP also getting a pretty good first perk, I would say. Free Elite Swarmer there.
Definitely, and it's gonna help stall against the Colossus so much. There we go.
This is just not the ideal sort of play for your Colossus or for your Ravager perk. Well, I mean, as a veteran Colossus player, you need to support that Colossus with everything you have, and Asmuth did not manage to do that this time around, and doesn't get much value at all there. All right. Anyways, do you see that Asmuth just dies here? I expected
Yeah.
my co-caster here to come with some input, so I kept waiting and waiting and not saying anything. But then nothing came, so the game ended.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. That was microphone deciding to die. It seems like he's very sensible today. I'm sorry about that.
That's all right. I didn't want to interrupt. I was like just harshly waiting. Like, come on, tanks.
Yeah, I was starting to talk, but then I had to disconnect the microphone because that was a great push there in the end. The Colossus point you made, because he played the Colossus very. He tried to support his Brutus, but ended up having the Colossus way far behind and no range support. So the air, he was vulnerable to air. It was vulnerable
anti-air
to
support.
strats. Yeah, it was.
No. I mean,
quick attacks.
You did see that Asmuth tried to do a last-ditch effort to heal the Colossus with the Clear Skies, but it doesn't matter how much you heal a unit if you don't have anything to support it with and take out the enemy units that are attacking it and deleting it anyway.
Yeah, the Soul Stealer was just doing the damage of that healing within 2-3 hits.
Plus those 2 snipers.
Yeah, exactly. The sniper just absolutely beastly minions. Going back, Sniper's always been able to do. It's a good 3-mana card. It's not broken, but when you put 2 of them together for 5, they suddenly become a powerhouse. Yeah, and if you don't have a Daggerfall, you're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, and his Ravager does not. His Mortar does, but not in his Ravager. He does have the Chain Lightning there, but did not end up using it, as far as I remember, unfortunately. It was
the Chain Lightning was on rotation because right when we managed to get into the game, the Chain Lightning was used to stop the Werewolf on top of his face. Then the Brutus came out, and then the Colossus came out, and then the Snipers was dropped, and then he was maybe 4 cards away from his Chain Lightning, and therefore could not respond to it.
Yeah, I'm sure that
going into game number 2.
We are. I'm sure that Asmuth probably wanted to not spend that Chain Lightning early, or didn't want to have to defend so early, so he could support his really big first push with his Brutus, get some crossbow dudes and drone walkers and everything else.
What was that?
That was a fire. That was a fireball that went to the. We see a retribution here.
Fantastic, showing some respect, acknowledging that's a misclick, because you saw the fireball was just above the icon itself.
And he's even sacrificing 1 mana because Croaker threw a Dragon Ball while Asmuth threw a regular Fireball. So even giving extra mana advantage.
Yeah, big salute here to Croaker X for, showing some proper sportsmanship. That was... Not everyone would have done that. Someone would just, pull out the emote and be like, oh, sorry, or something like that, and just have
not the average APEP player, to say the least.
Not the average APEP player, for that's definitely true. And you think the Sniper's going to come down here to respond to the propeller?
I would hope that. Well, I don't really know why the Defenso here was not used to defend the bottom push, because Asmuth is taking a lot of damage, 1,500, almost 2,000 damage. Gonna be around 2,000 damage with sniper support. Snipers will die quite quickly to the Mortar here, but the Wolf does not.
Yeah, look at that damage. Like, he's already down to 580 health, and this is absolutely devastating. And with that Dragon Ball coming down any second now. Oh, is he gonna drop it? Oh, left, right, center.
And this is, this, as was mentioned earlier here, Asmuth's Mortar deck is really, really cheap. It's a really cheap cycle deck, not really centered around reses. And he just doesn't have any comeback potential with this deck, I feel like. When he's been put in this position, he can't really get back, especially since Croaker X has some direct damage and he has XP advantage. He has every single advantage he can. I don't think Asmuth, unfortunately, has any way to come back from this at all, unfortunately.
Definitely, and with that, Croaker X is going to take the first game, set, and match. 2-0 here. Well done, Asmuth here. He got a terrible opponent. A fearful opponent in the first round. If this is... I don't know if this is the first tournament he's been in, but I
don't remember seeing him in any previous ones, so it very well might be his first one.
Yeah, it's but I feel with him. I feel with him, because I had to face Rush second in his prime when I joined my first tournament. So I feel with him, facing someone like Croaker X. That is scary. Definitely. Oh, we have a good one for you guys now. We got Mephisto going up against Sunless. Sunless, I haven't seen before.
I
Mephisto,
cannot
at the other
say
hand.
that also either. Mephisto,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Mephisto is a name that's been rung throughout the Minion Master ages.
Oh yeah, Mephisto is one of the top 3 players in my book, like all time ever. And watching him play, it's amazing.
He's quite good. Yeah, I mean he's up there with Cat. I mean he was Cat before Cat became Cat.
And
probably doesn't make sense, but yeah, he's.
I hope he's bringing his skin into the game today. Is he playing KP?
I mean, he has multiple skins, right? He has 2, or is it 3?
So yeah, we're gonna be seeing. Let's see, he bringing up the rat bow. Exciting. A Stormbringer, Setsu, and Mordor.
Ratbo definitely less played tournament master in the KPC, I feel.
Yeah, but Ratbo is such a good master. But like, I feel Ratbo belongs to Darien. Like nobody else should be able to play Ratbo beside Darien.
Well, and Gamer. Gamer is quite fond of his Ratbo.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. But Gamer also is a huge KP fan. But doesn't look like maybe we see Sunless coming in with King Puff and Mephisto skin. That would be amazing. That would
just like showing that I can play as you as well. Maybe I can be you.
I can be you. I can be anyone I ever want. So we got the first ban coming in. Mephisto's going to ban that Stormbringer from Sunless, and that Stormbringer is looking juicy though. So I would do that as well. That's,
it's a Stormbringer with archers, Xiaolong, a toilet. Crossbow guild.
Yeah, the Divine Warrior,
Harbinger.
Like again. That deck is looking very scary, and I would like respecting that, taking it away from him. It's a good pick. He sees his lineup. He has a lot of Xiaolongs. He has a lot of Plasma Marines. You need to get rid of that Stormbringer poke.
Does seem like Sunless has figured out how he wants to play most of his decks, like Illo Cleaver in 3 of them, Scrat Pack in all of them, Screaming Scrat in all of them. Definitely has like a set way of how he wants his decks to be built.
Yeah, definitely. He has that core, and it's really good when you have that core that you're super comfortable with. One card I'm not seeing from a lot of players right now is the Shock Rock. I'm glad to see that Mephisto is bringing it.
Yeah, it's not a bad card at all, and especially in this Mordor tournament meta, being able to stun those tombstones can be invaluable, really.
Yeah, definitely. I can, but he's not going to be able to do that because hey, he banned the Mordor, and he got to ban the Ratbow. So we got what?
Banning that that Ratbow is so. I really want to see that Ratbow because it does have Howling Moon in it, and Howling Moon was changed very recently to be a quite different card than before. Change.
Yeah, and Mephisto going ahead saying, "If I can't play Mordor, you can't play Mordor," and takes it away. But with that, he left APEP up,
which is I don't think that Mephisto is a person or a player that is intimidated by APEP. This was all beam in this APEP. Good.
Yeah. God. I would be scared of that APEP, because, you suddenly get like one of those 4-mana cards that's just absolutely upright scary, but it could be that he just says, don't worry, I'm a good player. I'm going to bring you down before you get perk 3.
Yeah, I also feel like Mephisto, this APEP has a Blastmancer in it, but since Mephisto's Ratbow is already banned, there isn't too much of a reason to ban the APEP because of that. Doesn't have the option to play the Rebel deck anyway. And if you compare it to the other decks here, the KP isn't as scary as a lot of other KP decks. There is no Horde in here. There's no Combust in here. Doesn't have a lot of the standard sort of KP cards that a lot of people run as a Scott Demon even. So yeah, it's not as maybe quote-unquote meta as a lot of the others. It isn't a bad thing, obviously.
No, definitely, and it makes it come under radar here, and but with that, I would just respect the Bridge Shrine drop when APEP perk 3 kicks in. You can be. It's so scaring when that happens. You know, you get that bridge shrine and you just get free XP and you get right up the mana frenzy. Because there's always this off chance of you just losing the game straight there because of that. Because it's a free building. And now we're just waiting. We're gonna go into the game and see what the first decks are gonna be. And I can't wait to see what they're gonna bring to the table here. If Mephisto is gonna take a little bit of passive approach, or if he's gonna go super aggressive against this new youngling on the street, you know, coming back into his hood.
I'm gonna guess that Mephisto's gonna start with shit. Actually, I'm indecisive, but you know what? I'm just gonna say Stormbringer because of. I mean, I remember Mephisto back in the day. Stormbringer. Oof, scary times.
Definitely,
but wouldn't mind seeing a Stormbringer from Mephisto to start.
Yeah, I mean, Stormbringer is a very safe pick, and you know, it sort of puts the initiative over to the other side. You're saying, hey, I can hit everything. Now you need to respond. You need to find a formula to attack me. And Mephisto is not a player you can attack carelessly.
Yeah, Mephisto is also a master of defending, like Cat and similar players as well. It's not easy to get through his defense at all.
No, definitely not. And you know, that's going to be devastating. If he can get Mephisto to overextend, I think that's the way to victory. But it remains to be seen if he can do that. You know, being someone who hasn't played a lot of KPC against players like Mephisto, you know, because this is going to be one of the best experience. And look at that, Bridge is already being captured to Sunless with the Scrat Pack.
So this is a Setsu to start, and APEP. I was gonna expect APEP from Sunless, so at least that was.
APEP, as we said earlier, like previous match, APEP is a good starting pick here. But I agree on the Setsu pick, just because now he can go aggressive. He can.
And this is an aggressive Setsu deck. Like, this is a very low cycle, a lot of cheap units. You have Combustion and Black Hole, one of my favorite cards in it as well. Super versatile card. So this is scary. If Mephisto can take Sunless out before he gets the second perk shield there, that's probably going to be one of the goals, I would think.
Yellow Cleaver going the wrong way, and with that, the Legionnaires, with that little perk sneaking in, is going to come in, and Setsu's going to be dropped. But here we go, they all going to be stunned.
That defense, so getting decent value taken care of.
Very good
most
value
of those.
there. And the waves are going to rise again, and with that, Blastman's is going to come down. But Blastman's not very efficient up against single target units. It's something you want to do against Scrat Hordes, but there we go, it gets a proc. And with that, Bridges belong to Sunless. That is one of them for now. Cleaver's going to drop, sets it back to base.
Yeah, the XP game is completely even right now.
Yeah, completely even. And, you know, this is scary, like, something scary to deal with. Maybe not against for Mephisto, but having a Blastman and a Cleaver coming up against you is a frightening thing, because you can't drop a lot of small minions, and you can't drop, like, medium HP minions either. But
and
as
you can see there, though, Mephisto defends more or less flawlessly. Like, thanks to Cleaver hits, he gets both Blast Bands and the Cleaver taken care of quite quickly and effectively, and takes top lane with Setsu.
Yeah, look at that now. The Scrap Pack is going to go freely roam and take the bridges, and Blastman's going to come down, but using a Blastman up against a single flying propeller is actually not very much value. And here we go, Screamer Scout is going to blow up.
Misses the combustion, though.
The Blastman, oh no.
That combust was slightly off and did not hit. That was not optimal.
Yeah,
it was unfortunate.
Unfortunate, but it happens.
That Scrat is fast, though. Hard to stop him in his track.
Definitely, and now with the Propeller Scat is going to be wrecking the Warrior, while the Xiaolongs is also getting wrecked by the Xiaolong. Scat Pack being dropped down here, taking the bottom bridge, but bottom bridge is going to be reclaimed unless... Nah, Sunless is Propeller, he's in healthy shape. That Plasma Marine's not going to do a lot. Shock Rock coming down, winning the fight now for Sunless. Sunless actually playing
decent.
Yeah, he's putting on the pressure here. This is great play.
I mean, Sunless is down by around 1000 HP, which is not amazing, but he's not falling or like he's not crumbling at all so far.
Definitely. And,
he's holding his own decently well.
Yeah, you know, being right under 2000 when you APEP is not the worst thing. Now yes, he has perk 2, and
yeah, definitely.
We are already reaching into 3-minute stages. 80 XP, 100 XP from Mephisto. Mephisto is going to be getting that perk 3 first. But Setsu goes straight in back to base.
This isn't the cheapest Apep deck though, so he won't be able to cycle his shield super fast, but he should still be able to cycle it quickly enough, really.
Oh, Beam of Doom gonna come down, getting some value here. 7 mana, actually perfect. So it was 7 for 7, very nicely done. No face damage though, a little bit disappointing. You know, Beam of Doom should always go face.
Not going for the greed. Should have gone full greed, not care. It's like I don't care if I hit the units, I just want to hit face.
Yeah,
it's the place.
Sunless needs to find his win condition right now. Even though he's playing really well, he doesn't have win condition.
Basically, in
that's
2
Mephisto.
seconds. Oh, I mean, yeah. I'm saying for Mephisto that Mephisto's gonna get perk 3 like now, which is very scary.
Yeah, very scary. And this is what I mean. Like, Sunless needs to find his win condition right now because he's not leading in XP, he's not leading in HP. The control game is going so back and forth. Yes, he's playing super well, but he's not being rewarded. He's not capitulating on the gains he's getting. And
He wants a good third perk card here that can deal with.
He needs a great third perk card here. Maybe a Bridge Shrine, you know, maybe a Wheel of Doom.
Don't think a Bridge Shrine is gonna save him.
I mean, it would close the XP gap, and it could tank up damage from the Setsu, you know, directing it the other way.
Potentially. I'd probably want the damage card instead, though, or something that's more versatile than that.
Maybe, but here we go. Last one's gonna come down. You know, I see what you're getting at, and a damage card. You know, maybe a good spell to send Setsu back would be great. Let's see what he gets. Oh, any minute now. One more. There we go. Let's see what he drops.
Nice defense on bottom there.
No, but here we go. Setsu's gonna be dropped on face and gonna be starting that Shane stunning. Combustion is ready and it's gonna come down. Oh, it's Flightless well, being the free card. Very high DPS.
That is a very good DPS card, one of the best in the game. So jackpot.
Shockrock going the wrong way though. He could have won that bridge fight with the Chakra on the bridge instead of going.
Not hitting maybe where he wants to.
Definitely not. And with that, the push is going to be very scary here against Sunless. Sunless needs to be reacting hard now. He needs that little tower coming up and protecting him because
it's going to
be dropping help. Oh,
it's going to be very hard, I think, for Sunless to keep up his defense here because Setsu is getting closer and closer to Frenzy and has third perk, has that laser. And Mephisto is just continually floating. Like, he has 10 mana almost all the time. And he, he's not being pressured much at all here.
Yeah, definitely not. And well played there by Sunless, sending Setsu right back with the Divine Shield and Master. It's not going to take any damage. So it was a good control there.
Though. That combust just clears so many things.
Definitely.
That short timer. So good now.
Interesting, he's dropping the scrap pack alongside with the Plasma Marine, even though he was already getting the bridge. Maybe just get out things to cycle faster. Because, here comes Setsu. And this is going to be absolutely devastating. That Scream Sky is not going to do a lot. The
you do see that.
he
wants to defend here.
The combustion is going to come down. The totem is gone. He's taking damage. He's taking a lot of damage here.
He is defending decently here. He's not going to take too much more face damage. April's going to probably take care of those Marines with some support quite quickly.
Yeah, but here comes Mana Frenzy, man. Mana Frenzy is here. This is not looking good.
It is Mephisto Mana Frenzy as well. This is no ordinary man's frenzy. This is a superhuman's frenzy.
Definitely. And so, with that, both bridges in control already. What is he going to do?
Yeah, there's not really anything he can do at this point. Just beaming because he can, like, calling the GG.
Well done, well done. You know, Sun has put up a great fight. He had
holding
those
out
value trades.
Yeah, I mean, he defended fairly well in the beginning, and he tried to get some pushes in on Mephisto. Mephisto defended just well, as always. Yeah. But he managed to keep the game going till Frenzy and till, like, over the 7-minute mark, which is no small feat.
Definitely not. And, it shows that, he has the right mindset. He just needs to pull on that win condition. He needs to be more greedy. Because if he could have pressured on the other side, the Beam of Doom could maybe take in minions and damage phase. But he wasn't able to do that. He got the Wells, which is not tanky.
Yeah, I will also definitely say, though, that in that match, you saw Mephisto just completely controlling the matchup, like floating or having 10 mana almost all the time, and dropping Setsu on the bridge instead of on face time after time, and just not really being sort of face Setsu, more of a control Setsu, which I think is more of his playstyle.
Yeah, definitely. And we're going here in game number 2. Oh, with both players going up to 10 mana here, and Howling Moon is going to come up against those Spear Throwers. Spear Thrower is not going to have a very good day. Both players are going to go into Mephisto here. Investing
So
that
pretty
6
good.
mana.
Quite a good trade there overall.
Definitely, and here we go. The Whelp with the stealth. He's going to be going down. Yeah. Almost reaches Xiaolong, but it's not meant to be. Screaming Scrat is going to be
did
dropped.
die as well there. Does take the bridge, but another screaming for Mephisto's side.
Yeah, and appreciating the good skin. No Mephisto skin, but it's okay. We can respect that. Setsu one is going to be coming down flightless. Whelp as well. They're going to be super weak to the onslaught of the Setsu.
So yeah, now it will just be a XP game for a while, in my opinion. KP gonna try to get to that second perk. Mephisto's gonna try to deny KP that second perk and go towards third perk eventually as well.
Yeah,
but I think it'll be a
best card in the game
for a while.
Best card in the game confirmed. It is the Scotty.
It used to be one of the best, at least before the DPS nerf back in the day. That was scary. Holy crap!
Yeah, it was a great buff. You can nuke things. Not as potent today. Still a good card, but not the beast it needs to be. Oh, look at Scrat tank. No HP, still tanking like a boss.
Does not care.
Flame him. Yeah,
as a
Flame
thick
almost
skin.
get to do the face damages. No face damage today. So
XP,
yeah,
XP's a decent bit in Mephisto's favor, like 15 or so. Nothing super major, but Sunless probably wants to get to his second perk quicker than he is currently. It is a death mark.
You know, he just needs that second perk, and then his damage will peak. But
yeah,
Mephisto did such a good job.
Yeah, just not giving away too many.
That was
emoting here.
Unfortunate. Yeah, but the swap bridges did not all go off like he wanted to, and therefore not moving his dragon to save it, and Xiaolong getting buffed in the process because of that.
That is such a good combustion combo though with the monkey there. You can bust it and it just kills everything and then heals up again, like nothing ever happened.
Nothing to see here. And with that, Plasma is gonna come down and clean up the drones. It's gonna be good. Oh! Screaming Scrat drags the Legionnaires back to the bridge, leaving Sunless without any XP to get from the bridges. And now the Flaming
very good Setsu. Very good Setsu jump there, taking care of the Fire Imp as expected. Just probably also gonna get a few hits on face, doesn't hurt. I feel like it's very similar to the last game. Sunless around 1000 HP below Mephisto. Mephisto controlling matchup fairly well, having an XP advantage, but second perk just now coming in for Sunless here.
Yeah, Sunless, this is the time for Sunless to shine. This is where you need to crank up the volume here, forcing Mephisto to use all the mana, getting those bad trades in for Mephisto so Mephisto can feel pressured. But for now, it's not going that way as the Werewolf goes on face. Scotty is going to come down with...
not getting the best... I don't feel that Sunless has not gotten the GG rolls yet with his second perk. Not getting shields on his buzzers, not getting rage on his Scotty. But we'll see if he can high roll.
Yeah, it's
coming.
It's coming. Oh, Flight as well with the rage here. They are going to be doing a massive whooping 75 DPS here, and you timed out with 3, and you get 238 damage per second. But it's not gonna matter. They're gonna blow up, and that's gonna be all she wrote.
It's just Combust here gets so much value time after time, just blowing up everything. Like,
yeah, but look at now we actually gonna get some damage in here. And Setsu has to reload after the last shot, leaving the drone buzzers to fall to Xiaolong here. With that,
only loses
Spear Throwers.
He does lose a tiny bit of HP, but it's only about 150, and so it's nothing that Mephisto's gonna worry too much about. And that's perk 3. And Sunless is under 1000. Screaming Scrat not perfectly timed there. Oh,
yeah, but that
and takes
combustion
care.
was amazing. You know, dropping down, getting the combustion so the stun goes off, and he's able to chain stun and therefore do the combustion extra damage, and Sunless down to 500 HP. This is looking like one Setsu jump or 2 away from victory for Mephisto.
I don't think Mephisto can lose this game.
Maybe we get a super push.
Sorry to say, people. But I mean, yeah, unless Sunless makes a heroic mega...
He knows it. He knows this is probably going to be his last push.
He's trying to use a screaming strat there to divert the laser, trying to get Setsu to killed,
with
but
the flight as well.
it's just he's barely holding on, but he's not gonna hold on for much longer, I think.
Yeah, definitely. That was very unlucky with the flight as well, going into Setsu. And Setsu's gonna not finish the job just yet. The combustion is gonna... No, the black...
She's trying so hard to divert that laser. It's trying so hard. It's like, no, Setsu, look at me, look at me. Don't look at my master.
Well done here. 2-0 for Mephisto here. Well played. And with that, Mephisto's going to be on flawless 2-0 point score in this tournament. And that leaves Sunless to go through the next round in 1-1, I believe. It is going to be 1-1 right now. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. We say it's 1-1, yeah. Because 1-1, yeah, they played against each other. Amazing, but really shout out here for Sunless because his playstyle is very controlled, very good. And I think just with a little bit of refining, he's going to be a top dog.
He held out quite well overall. Like, a lot of players will just crumble against Mephisto, as I've seen many times in the past. It's felt like Sunless didn't get any meaningful push onto Mephisto. I mean, as I've said, Mephisto's control game is very, very strong, so getting any push in on him at all, no matter who you are, is not an easy task, but this didn't seem like he had that sort of aggressive playstyle or mindset going into any of these games.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way of doing it, because you know.
The right way, you say, but I'm an aggro Smork player, sir.
Yeah, but definitely, like, you calm down, you take a step back, you acknowledge, hey, I'm facing a super good player. I'm not going to do any mistakes just because I'm going to stress. And that's why he will play it in a proper manner. Yes, he lost to the better player, but he did it in a proper manner. You know, he didn't mess up. He didn't do any misplays. He was unlucky with the Setsu stun taking down his flightless whelp in the end there, but he didn't have any... He didn't make any proper mistakes. You know, he was playing
didn't make any huge mistakes there. As I said, he held out as long as he could there. I mean, he didn't do anything too wrong at all. Tried his best and probably got some experience and learned a few new things. So we're going to be going to an interview. I hear in my magical mind.
Yeah, the mind transfer is coming over to Maddie into you. So let's see how that turns out.
Hello, my good KPC audience. This is Sasha with a quick interview with a current top performer. Recently has some second place in the last KPC, and I believe second place before in the KPC before that as well. Maddie, aka Matthias. Hello, Matthias. How you been?
I've been good, thank you.
You've been performing really well lately, and especially considering we've only known you for so short, for not too long compared to like the other known players. How long have you been playing Minion Masters? Is I guess the best question to ask.
I started playing in November, and as you said, I started on a different name, and then I realized from living in the UK that no one could like pronounce my name, so I did make the switch to a simpler name, Maddie.
I mean, I can pronounce your name, and I'm Asian. People are just being but yeah, Maddie being way more simple and way more recognizable, I think, to the audience these days. So definitely, probably the correct move. So we've seen a lot of ways to prepare for a tournament. There's people who scrim, people who just go into it. They make sure their decks are fine, and people that really deck build and get coaching with some people. How do you prepare for a big tournament, especially with KPI coming up so soon?
Well, with KPC 31, I actually didn't do anything. Like, I made the decks, I played it on ladder, and I prayed. I hope for the best. I had no idea about the tournament meta, so that was like pure luck that I actually like got matched against opponents I had a chance against. But in the last one, KPC 32, I was scrimming. I joined a guild for that purpose. I made my decks really thinking to counter specific things, and I think it did work. But there's also that like element of not having anything fresh and new. So I also think it kind of backfired. I had a hard time getting to top 8.
So on the concept of deck building, what is your favorite card? What is everyone has like their key card. Some people like me really like Cleaver. We know Gamer for his Beam of Doom. So what about you? What would you love to be the card you are known for, or your favorite card in general?
I think the problem is my favorite card is Bara, the Witch Wolf. I love that card. I love the control of that card. I like to play very controlling. So I love that card. I tried to make a deck with it for KPC and I just stopped. I couldn't get a good win rate. So I just gave up on it. But I like it in duos.
Okay. On the concept of like underrated cards, it's what do you think is a card that you brought that a lot of people aren't actually looking at, and why do you think that it should be played way more often?
I twice now I brought Soul Stealer in Mordor.
I like to clarify that's just the regular Soul
That's
Stealer.
The regular Soul Stealer that I brought in the Mordor decks. I did that twice, and I was actually doing my list using Drone Walker, and then I realized, why would I take Drone Walker over Soul Stealer? Like,
right, flying for 1 more mana.
Yeah, exactly, and it's so powerful. It's for 5 mana. I mean, it doesn't have the same like setup and like the power of the empowered Soul Stealer. But since you didn't spend as much mana on it, it can really get a lot of value for the low mana cost.
And it's also better. It's also better for Mordor since Mordor doesn't check for rage units with the empowered one.
Mm-hmm.
So in general, you even out, right?
Exactly. So in Mordor, it's a great card, but overall, I still think it's pretty good.
Now I like to ask, especially because you've been playing a lot compared to like a lot of the known players, way shorter. Like a lot of the known players have been playing for a year plus. What are the things you focus on when you on gameplay, on getting better? How do you what are the things you would like tell the audience, hey, this is what you should look at?
I think for me it came very natural, but some of the things that did help was watching streams. Like getting this, just seeing how another person does it, seeing how they use cards can really open up your mind to possibilities, because it can be hard to like really understand what your options are. There's too many cards to really get a sense of it. But if you watch, look around, make sure that you absorb all the information you can, you really improve a lot in a short amount of time.
So my question is, will you have something prepared for KPI, considering that you are on the bubble right now, and you will probably need to fight your way through the qualifiers to get a spot into KPI? Do you have anything prepared already?
I've got nothing prepared already. I'm gonna take that time just before KPI. I'm gonna figure out what the meta is like, and I'm gonna try to act accordingly. Because as it's kind of changing at the moment with Stormy coming out, I'm interested to see what happens with the general meta, and I will then scrim as much as I can and hope that I can get a spot in KPI.
All right, Maddie, that's all we have time for, I believe, because we need to get back to the games. I'd like to thank you for taking some time out of your day, and I wish you luck in this upcoming qualifiers.
Thank you.
All right.
And we're back. Hagen,
Yes.
do you have something you want to say?
Yes. Welcome, people. Welcome. If you are new to the stream, or if you just started watching, I'm Gnome, the Hagen Gnome, one and only. I'm joined by the legendary Tengs, back from semi-retirement. Or
legendary. God, you're making me awkward.
Yes, legendary.
Oh my god, I wouldn't go that far, but I'll take an epic rarity. I'll take that. But thank you.
Good enough.
Yeah, welcome everyone who just tuned in, joining us. We're going into round number 3. We're going to be seeing Video Gamer 7-7 up against Grey Wolf. 2 veteran players, 2 well-known players, 2 players who've been fighting KPC for the longest of time.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what is going on? We're getting to see this in round 3.
Guess what is going on?
Yeah. Grey Wolf.
Did the matchmaker break?
Strong play. Yeah. Matchmaking just absolutely ruined it. It's like, yeah, we need a excellent round 3. We're gonna go up with Grey Wolf and Video Gamer this time around. And Gamer, he's won KPC. He's been a phenomenal player, innovating player long before others. And Grey Wolf just a consistent, strong player who always does well. He has a really good playstyle. Like he's very efficient in his trading, in his pushes. He has, I don't know if meme is the right way to put it. With the former call to arms before it got nerfed to the ground. I think
before it disappeared into the void, never to be seen again.
Unfortunately, you can't disenchant cards in this game, so you can't get rid of it. You have to look at it and just remember the good times. But Call to Arms is such a great card, and I think Grey Wolf is probably the one who played it the most in tournaments, or at least
Grey Wolf also
best with them.
Yeah, Grey Wolf also a player that he's brought a lot of interesting and new and innovative decks to the KPC before, doing some things that you wouldn't really expect. I think the first time I saw a Volko in the KPC with the Magma Turret was Grey Wolf, and it worked really well.
Yeah, Magma Turret is such a good card. Magma Turret filled the spot of Ghost Turret because everyone was playing Ghost Turret, and then they nerfed Ghost Turret, and it was like everyone was super sad because it was such a good card. And Magma Turret come in, and players like Grey Wolf brings it out. He's in Volko, who is really weak against air, and Magma Turret does a whopping 62 DPS and hits both ground and air with a great range. So it just wrecks everything. And seeing people like him bring it in, having that one defensive tool or 2 defensive tools, as you mentioned, is really strong. And Gamer, we all seen him on stream. We all have gone through the nightmare of song list he brings out, but his playstyle is always good. Even though his song picks are bad, he can play.
Sir, that is rude. Don't how can you say such a thing to Gamer?
I mean, I just say me, and then you know what I'm talking about. But with that, let's have a look at Grey Wolf's decks.
He's bringing beams in 2 of his decks, so I'm already satisfied. He's actually bringing a Ratbow Troubadour deck. That's new. I mean, that's innovative. That's not something you see, really, ever.
Like, Troubadour is like the first card people complain about is Troubadour, because it's this big guy with taunt and he just wrecks you. He doesn't do a lot of damage. Like he's gotten some damage buff, but he's not.
He's just too fat to ignore, basically.
Yeah, definitely. Like, and if you don't have say a cursed, not the cursed warrior, a cursed skeleton. Is that what his name is? Wow, I'm rusty. One of my favorite
Undead skeleton, whatever. Yes, the removing HP based on.
No, the curse bear. We both were wrong. Shame on us. Yeah.
I haven't played the game, you see.
Definitely. But the combustion here is going to be great, clearing all the things that gather up.
Yeah,
I mean, those big threats.
I think a major reason why Grey Wolf put the Troubadour in here in any of his decks, but in this Ratbow in this case, with the Combust, is because of the change. Like the cooldown, the fuse, on the Combust is so much lower now that you can just put it on the Troubadour and just kill everything in sight.
Yeah, definitely. And
that'll work well.
A little surprise here is the fact that he's bringing a Chain Lightning instead of something cheaper, because Troubadour is already super expensive, and having a 4-mana spell to support the Troubadour, it means you're gonna have a time in between the Troubadour drops. The enemy is gonna respond, and you have to wait 4 mana to get that Chain Lightning out if you want to protect it that way.
Yeah, I would have probably expected a Daggerfall instead, or maybe even a fireball instead.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, fireball also at format. Yeah. I mean, chain lightning and fireball will hit at the same time approximately. I think there's like a 0.2 seconds difference on when they connect, depending on where you put the spell. Like if it's in far end, is better for chain lightning and all that. But he has some sniper support. He has some a stint, which is really efficient card. And seeing so little dagger falls makes stint really good. But
Yeah,
I think
I mean, stint is just it's just a card I really like, especially in my Colossus decks.
Yeah. Very nicely done. And I think I'm just gonna call out APEP and sets a ban from Video Gamer. What Grey Wolf's gonna ban, I don't know yet. Let's see. Ooh, he's banning Milloween and Ratbow. Huh. Let's see. Damage are being taken away from Sport Gamer. Volko as well is gone. Yeah, and with that, Grey Wolf taking away a huge threat from Gamer, because that Volko can do serious damage, considering that Grey Wolf does not have a defensive lineup without... No, the APEP could have done something, but I mean, I would take that Volko away any day.
I see a Spirit Mancer in this APEP deck. Interesting.
Yes! Yes!
Yes,
this is amazing. Yes. You know, with all the scrap, all the scrap packs coming out, it's really great. You know, that 100 HP, now the HP buff is so amazing, and if you put it on something like a sniper, it doesn't die to a spell that easily. You see that he has the scrap tank, you know, you efficiently heal them up, sort of. And it's gonna be exciting to see. Like his deck is very unconventional, as you might expect from him.
I have to mention though that Gamer in like only 2 of his decks, only bringing Stormy in 2 of his decks. But I can say that Gamer goddamn loves his Stormy. He loves that card. Really does.
That's great. So I'm gonna tell you a secret now, Hagen. Like a little secret in between you and me.
Yeah.
I don't know what Stormy does.
Oh. Well, I'm sure you'll see it in action. Wait,
yeah,
no, wait.
I haven't seen it yet.
Will you though? Wait, no, he didn't ban both the Stormy decks, only one.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, only one of them. Yeah, Stormy is like Chain Lightning, but a unit, kind of. And it takes damage when it shoots. Or when it shoots
okay.
it. So, and
that is
with
gonna be very exciting.
And as you can see in his Ratbow, he has a healing shrine, so you can continue healing the unit, so you can continue shooting this sort of chain lightning on the enemies continually. It's a really strong unit overall, I would say. And if you're able to continue healing it, it gets incredible value. Nice.
So he's going to try to bait Grey Wolf in and use this card. Is that how you going to do it? Because you want to healing shrine it?
Well, we'll have to
because
see.
You want Grey Wolf to overextend, so you get maximum value, right? Oh, Demon Warrior coming down.
It's APEP versus APEP. Toxic APEP versus not toxic APEP, apparently.
Yeah. And with that, the Malapop is just going to stand there super happy, like, hello! Getting hit and hit and hit, but it's not going to matter.
I can't believe I can't believe I glossed over that Grey Wolf.
I'm sorry, you fell out for a moment there. What?
I can't believe I didn't comment that Grey Wolf had Demon Warrior APEP. That's something that's worth mentioning in this day and age.
Yeah, definitely. Like he's been one of the biggest fan of Demon Warrior of all time. Like the amount of Demon Warrior I've seen from him is just ludicrous, and seeing him bring it here is a very nostalgic feeling. Oh, here we go. They're gonna get some sunburn and bye Plasma Marines. And Clay, is it a Cleaver or is it Elo Cleaver? It's a Elo, yeah.
There you also see one of Gamer's, favorite, at least a card he really likes, which is the Sunburn card that Gamer has been using for ages and ages at this point.
But you know, you see the you can see the combo he just got. Can you see it? Can you spot it?
Yes. I feel like I see a card that that might make things interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna shake things up, that's for sure. And now with that, Spearman is gonna be using all the HP. Oh, one actually goes on the defensive chopper, but BM3 comes down. A little bit too late though. Demon Warrior is going to take that damage, and the Mammoth Puff is going to be dropped along with the little bat, who's absolutely going to do nothing. You can't kill the Mana Puff.
Great retargeting there. Come on, bat, retarget. There we go. It lives.
It lives. And with that, Sunburn's going to come down. Oh, look at that Scrat Tank. He's going to be doing some DPS there. But Demon Warrior already up to stack 4.
Yeah,
You're
this
not
is
even 2 minutes in game, barely.
This cycle is quite cheap. Like, I didn't actually realize how cheap this is. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1-cost cards, and then a 2-cost and 3-cost.
And a free card, so he can rotate even faster because of that. And with that, oh, here we go. Are we going to get some cleaver buffs? That's his question. But Beam of Doom should be coming down. Yeah, here we go. And Beam of Doom is going to do a lot of work here.
Nicely played.
Cleaver got wrecked.
Also putting down that those thorns to make sure the cleaver doesn't move away too much. Also, nice combust there on the puff.
Definitely. Oh, look at that big Demon Warrior is going to come down to all the damages against the defensive chop, and defensive chop is going to cry in the ground. Bye bye.
That's a big boy. It's a very,
big boy.
He's eaten his fiber and vegetables and fruits.
And fruit and some grain. I don't know. I don't want that type. I want that food. I want to...
Yeah, he probably also ingested some whey protein. I would have to guess.
And look at that now. All the Mana Puffs being summoned here, and the Spirit Mountain is going to buff some lucky things, but that Thorns is just going down, doing a lot of good work here. Combustion coming down prematurely to take out the Thorns, but it's Demon Warrior. God damn.
Like, the Demon Warrior just giving good value already, like, not even 4 minutes in the game, and this is like the second big Demon Warrior coming out.
Yeah, and look at that now. Like, Gamer is being pushed back, like, there's no doubt about it. Like, Grave Wolf is the aggressor, even though Gamer gets these amazing pushes with Cleavers and Scrat Tank. He just can't push through. Grave Wolf's defenses with the Thorn and Beam of Doom combo just doing so much work.
That is true. It is going to be interesting though to see, since both players have their shields, it's going to be difficult for both of them to do any damage to the other. They're both close to full HP, but none of them taking really a lot of damage at all.
Yeah, and the difference right now is that the Demon Warrior is doing so much work. Look at that damage. Takes down the Cleaver in 2 hits. Bye-bye, Cleaver. And the Scrap Pack is not even going to get to claim the bridge.
Grey Wolf is getting a decent XP lead here. I feel Demon Warrior has given him that lead by himself.
Yeah, the Thorn is a free card, right?
Yes, it is. Which is a very good free card.
It's an insane free card. Oh, look at the Beam of Doom comes down as well. Like, Grey Wolf's just absolutely wrecking everything Gamer can put out right now. Gamer needs to find a room to breathe, because he's in trouble. Yeah,
Grey Wolf is pulling ahead in XP, has his 3rd perk. Gamer does not yet.
Yeah, and that is, let's see, what is he gonna get? What is this 4 mana card gonna be? Oh, it's the
Raging Reinforcements?
Yeah, Raging Reinforcements.
Not bad.
That is such a value card. And with all of the aggression he already has, like, oh, Beam of Doom is gonna wreck everything, and now Gamer's in trouble. This push can do a lot of damage to him. He does not have anything ready.
Like, this is how I play Beam. Just on all the units, on face, just aggressive. Just beam everything down.
But look at that, the Tranquil Show is going to do a lot of work. It's going to not get to heal up, I think. It's going to die?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Marines do die there. I mean, Grey Wolf, again, I mean, he's pulling ahead further and further on XP. Gamer can't pull back. Grey Wolf's going to get to Frenzy, and there's nothing...
Yeah, and this is going to be Beam of Doom material right here. He doesn't need to.
Probably not.
He does all the work. The Thorn Beam of Doom is going to be dropped on the lower bridge where the defensive chopper and the Tranquil is, and bye-bye, it goes everything. The Sniper is just going to have a good time.
Gamer does get a few free mana from those puffs, but he does enrage the Demon Warrior with his...
Yeah, and there you saw a great use of mechanics there. Using the combustion on top of the Scrat Tank just when the Scrat Tank was about to die. So he was going to die from the combustion, so Demon Warrior stopped the attack animation and didn't kill the combustion. Oh.
That Demon Warrior hit though, that hurts a lot.
Yeah.
And like, even if Gamer had the shield and he shielded versus the first Demon Warrior, but then another one comes walking the other lane right after, and another one being played top lane.
Yeah, the Demon Warrior is just doing so much damages. I don't think Gamer can keep up with this. He needs to find a solution, and he doesn't have it.
And Grey Wolf is frenzy in about 2-3 seconds, and I just don't think there's anything Gamer's gonna be able to do in this game. He doesn't have the
both
tools.
The bridges, and he can't kill the Demon Warrior efficiently.
No, I mean he needs his shield all the time to just be able to protect himself against these continual pushes.
Yeah, and look, now his amount of frenzy is gonna kick in for real. I think Gamer even floated some mana there, losing the efficiency, and there's
nothing. He can't really do much else either. Like, I mean, he's probably just floating because he's thinking, okay, what can I really do? Like, there's nothing I can really do here to win the game. That's like, how can I counter this? Like, that's
that. GG to Grey Wolf with that great push coming out with the Plasma Marines and Demon Warrior is going to be it for Gamer.
Yeah, the high cycle, high APEP Demon Warrior beam cycle deck is working quite well. It's doing.
Let's not bring that back, please. I don't want to see that again.
You don't?
No, I don't want to see the Demon Warrior Beam of Doom and Laser Turret in one deck and then just a bunch of one-mana
cards. The good old
cards.
times, am I right?
Oh, no. Well done, Demon Warriors. Coming back in 2019, guys. It's confirmed.
In current year, you would have thought.
In current year. So we're going into next game. Game number 2, Gamer against Grey Wolf.
And we will see Stormy this time.
Sorry, what did you say, Hagen?
I said that we will see Gamer's Ratbow with the Stormy, finally.
Yeah, I think that's going to be an interesting matchup because the Ratbow is going to be able to get those small minions to compensate for all the cheap things that Mr. Grey Wolf is throwing out. So he's actually going to be able to get bridges.
Yeah, and hopefully gain XP and XP advantage and just more bridge control than Grey Wolf will be able to muster pull out here.
Yeah. And I think the Ratbow Daka is going to be crucial as well for taking down the Demon Warriors. So it depends on how Grey Wolf can play around that.
That is true. A Demon Warrior being played out really early though, and that's very solid.
Definitely.
Healing Shrine though.
Cycle. Like Gamer did not get to punish Grey Wolf during the call it grace period when the Demon Warrior is not as strong as it can be.
Yeah.
And that's why, when he wasn't able to punish him then, and Grey Wolf gets the value, that's when it looks scary. But even if Gamer wins this game, he's going to be unfavored up against the Setsu because Setsu is.
Yeah, it's going to be.
It's going to be.
It's going to be very interesting to see what Gamer can pull out here. I mean, Gamer is a really good player, and also maybe even an even better Ratbow player. As I said, the Daka will be crucial here to deal with the Demon Warrior, and I think Gamer will be able to do that very effectively. And like in the Horde here, also really good against the Demon Warrior. I think Gamer will want to get his Stormy Shine combo though up as many times as possible to just shock everything in sight.
Yeah, it's going to be an electrifying experience in the game number 2. And
that's
we see
free boomer.
That's a free boomer, and there's a Demon Warrior on tier 3 already. Tranquil.
Yeah,
it's going to do some nice work and heal up. Loving the Ratbow skin. Very nice, very nice. It's important to have a little bit of swag. But the Blue Golem, it's going to be
look good.
Yeah, but that's the other thing. Like the Blue Golem with the Healing Shrine, and if you can distract the Demon Warrior, the Blue Golem is absolutely going to wreck the Demon Warrior with its super high DPS. You can see him hovering over the Stormy.
And also, chat, if you're watching this and you haven't seen Stormy much, as I already mentioned, it shoots lightning and all, right? And it takes damage when it shoots, so you can heal it up and all. But it does also have this Senshi flow. So you get double health if you play a specific type of minion, etc. before.
Yeah, definitely. And you see the flavor text even reads, "This clumsy cloud shoots chain lightning at enemies, unfortunately shocking itself in the process." So it will take damage as it goes around, wreaking havoc. And now the Plasma Marine is on top, doing a lot of good work here. Bridges are going into Grey Wolf favor, but Grey Wolf down to 820 health. We're not even at 3-minute mark.
Yeah,
look at this.
That Blue Golem did a lot of work, and XP is completely.
What is
Here
this?
it comes. Shock it. Oh god, no, not the combust.
What is this?
And it kills itself.
I'm gonna craft this card right after this game.
You should. Everyone should.
Yeah. I'm gonna buy packs. Get
very
dust.
fun card.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Amazing card, amazing. He already got the card up in the rotation. Next card is going to be that Stormy again. And Grey Wolf is in deep trouble here. 535 health. Gamer has just been steamrolling. What is this?
Gamer is power of Storm. And the blue golem as well.
Yeah, the blue golem is such a great card. High DPS, medium HP for 7 mana. And it just does so much work. And look at Stormy. Doing the good damage. Is the combustion going to come down? No, it's going to be a Beam of Doom, but it's Stormy. Didn't care about
survives, and Daka there just deletes that Demon Warrior.
Where did the Beam of Doom go?
The Doom went on the Doom went on the shrine, but did not hit the Stormy. No. Slightly off center, perhaps.
Perhaps. With that, you see that the Space Marines are being dropped on top of face to deal some damage, but Gamer has a healthy 2,200 HP up against Grey Wolf 450.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't care if a few infiltrations goes on his face. he has the health pool to cover that.
Here we go. Stormy's gonna come down, drop that Chain Lightning. Oh, Screaming Sky is gonna drag the...
Oh, hit everything else. Come on, hit everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, there we go. And Daka's gonna come down, and bye goes Demon Warrior. And this is looking very scary here, but just a little bad. But Healing Shrine's still up.
At this point, Gamer might just want to Daka face, like finish him with style.
Oh, excellent combustion from Grey Wolf. Grey Wolf is doing some good work against. Seeing that Gamer does not have any direct damage, it actually is very fair. It is a possibility to make that comeback considering he's playing APEP. But it's not very likely. Oh, Beam of Doom is going to take down the Stormy. By Stormy, Xiaolong is going to come down.
Grey Wolf getting third perk.
Absolutely nothing actually. Didn't get to drop the Stun Lancer. Poor boy.
Generally, Stormy is countered by big units, but Stormy hasn't been by hitting that Demon Warrior over and over again because it's being healed. So.
Yeah, I mean, the Demon Warrior does not have that big HP pool it used to have once upon a time, a long time ago.
Can't get the 100 stacks anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So the HP is not that high. It's what, 750?
I actually don't remember. I never played the card.
Never played the card. Hey, listen. Oh, excellent value here from the Stormy. That could have been an excellent Chain Lightning. But instead it's going to be 2 Chain Lightning, and it's going to be a potential 2 more. With that
Cloud
healing
of Death
coming down.
Approaching.
Cloud of Death. It's a battleship in the air, guys. And it's going to go on face. Oh, no. Oh, it's not going to go connecting anything, so it's just going to die to the APEP. Feels good, but that is a scary push coming in. But there's a Stormy ready to go. Is it not ready to go? No? I would play Stormy. Yeah, almost. Here we go. Look at that value. Oh. Stormy dies in the process, but that's a 4 mana. Get a lot of value. And with that, Grey Wolf pushes over, and Gamer's not. It's just barely under 2,000 health. While Grey Wolf is under 300.
I think Gamer is very comfortable here. He's decently ahead in XP, probably is going towards Frenzy at this point, making sure that he's not going to die to any sort of big push. Probably trying to control the game a bit.
And Gamer is that player who's not afraid of letting the enemy push him. He's not afraid of losing a little bit of XP. He's not afraid of, telling the enemy, hey, come over to my side. That's
God, Gamer. Oh, Gamer, damage.
Super low. No.
No, Gamer.
60. Wait,
Gamer, your face. Sir.
Yeah, that was insane. This is going to be a tournament. Is the Bat going to be able to finish out? The combustion comes down, but it's not going to be enough for the Demon Warrior. He's going to be hitting it with Beam of Doom, and that's going to be Gamer going down. What was that?
Gamer. Pepe hands, chat.
Grey Wolf doing an excellent turnaround, just getting that one good push. Insane good push. Even though Gamer wasn't in control, there was just that little slip up.
That was... Yeah, like, Grey Wolf there just capitalized so heavily.
So that was amazing. Well done to Grey Wolf there. Excellent. 2-0 up against Gamer. That is no small feature, but... So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And I might have lost my gnome. So with that, I'm bringing in a Sasha instead. So everyone, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the one and only Sinalil/Sasha.
Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks is in the house.
Say Sasha Banks. That's probably copyrighted somewhere.
yeah, welcome, man. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I've been watching some of the games. I'm actually pretty intrigued. This last patch has definitely brought some interesting things to the game. Demon Warrior.
Please no, not again.
But like the most interesting thing is that combustion is very looked at right now. Just
Oh, yeah.
as and it's intrigued me a lot.
The combustion doing a lot of great work here with the low detonate timing. We saw on top of the Demon Warrior doing a lot of good work. We even saw Stormy. Huge fan of that card. Never seen it before, but that was. What do you think of that?
I've actually been messing with it. It's a really good card. It turns out Chain Lightning is a really good spell if you can get it over and over. If you can just find a way to get Stormy to stay on the board, such as giving it a Priestess, giving it a Clear Skies, it is really value. Probably one of the more valuable minions in the game right now.
Definitely, and that was because we saw some insane value, even though we got taken out by the Beam of Doom in the end there. But in next round, we're seeing Florian and young CZ. I don't even know, man. All these
CZ.
younglings coming with this.
Just call him Young
name.
CZ.
Young CZ. I mean, that sounds like a 90s name.
Yeah, it is a 90s name if you think about it.
You're not wrong, definitely. And we see that the Mr. Florian is going to bring in the Volko, the Milloween, the Stonebringer, and Mordor. What are you most excited for?
Among those, I'm always excited to see Milo, because Milo decks just generally they are very flexible. They just play for the late game. They don't really care what happens early, as long as they can survive and have the flexibility to just get to their golems. And it looks like that Milloween deck is your standard Milloween, which I always love watching, because in the hands of a really high level player, those are amazing. It's really amazing how much adjustments they can make on the fly.
Standard, you say? I'm just looking at the XP Shrine, like what?
Yeah, the
what
XP
did I miss? What is
Shrine,
this?
Ever since the Milloween rework, EXP Shrine has been good because you just want to get the perk 3. Getting perk 3, just getting all those turtles out is more important than actually getting one big turtle, as we found out over time. Yeah,
and that is actually quite exciting. So, in that term, do you think Mr. Young ZZ is gonna be banning the Milloween, or does he have the lineup to take it down?
He has the lineup to take it down, especially if Flo leaves that Ravager open. We saw it with James. We showed it with James last tournament. The Ravager with the Dragon Fireball, Cleaver, Shield Guard of Light, or Cleaver into the
Ravager is banned already.
Oh, and it just gets banned right away. No.
Yeah.
Just leave. I honestly would have actually banned that as well if I was thinking of it, because it is a very quick game that can decide a match very quickly, and most of Flo's decks kind of want to go late game, or even just want to delay the game a little bit with the more
get that value. Yeah, but Volko deck is really scary. Like I would ban that Volko 100%. Yep. Maybe the Milloween, but he bans Stormbringer and Milloween.
I mean, the guild deck is definitely a threat. It doesn't look like he has that many answers outside of the KP, which still could have been banned because Flo has the last ban.
Yeah, but but he banned the Milo and the Stormbringer, leaving the Volko up. So, Florian is gonna have that one super aggressive deck that can poke direct damage a lot, but the Ratbow also being taken away. So with that, Jung CZ does not have Ratbow or Ravager. He sits with his Stormbringer and the KP.
So he has a very standard guild deck and a very standard KP deck. So
yeah,
Flo got to see he's basically getting to see the standard picks here. This is your standard tournament decks.
Yeah, what you used to play against, you know.
Yep. And but on his end, he's a little weirded. He has a little more weird decks. He has that Mordor and the Volko. The Volko generally is just your standard Volko, control Volko, and just trying to get to the point where you can burn out an opponent with your perk 1. And something new here, like the Colossus Mordor. What do you think about that?
I mean, you call it new. I call it back to the old days. I mean, it's I'm a little bit worried because it's two Harbinger and Colossus. You know, it brings the deck average cost up a lot with the Beam of Doom and the Cleaver, so you can get that super awkward hand size, but you can't rotate your cards. You can't get the your totems, because I mean not totems, the tombstones.
Tombstones.
Yeah, because hey, you got too heavy deck.
But at the same time, I feel like Mordor mainly gets his plays off other player mistakes. Meaning he's happy if he gets to wait it out in his hand, because as long as he can even get one formation where he forces a good res out, it's gonna be very awkward to deal with. But we won't see that right away. I believe we get to see the Volko KP.
Yeah, very agree with the Volko pick here, but the KP is going to be very rough because that early beginning from Florian is going to look scary, and JungCC needs to be able to live to perk 2 and more importantly perk 3. But swap the bridges is going to be very crucial to taking down that perk 1.
It's going to be very crucial indeed. If you think about it, the majority of this game is going to be decided before KP gets his perk 3, because once he gets his perk 3, he will have options for dealing with the Volko bolts.
Yeah, definitely, but it also depends on where the bridge goes. Like, you could see that JungCC being super unlucky, it spawns on his side, he can't use the bridge swap, and suddenly that Volko has full control. But the XP lead right now is non-existent. It's 2020. Perk 1 comes down for Volko, so he's gonna get that. Oh, it's gonna be the bottom bridge. And JungCC putting his whelps together on the top bridge.
Might just want to get a swap here.
Definitely, and there you go. There's the swap, and the defensive chopper is not going to be able to respond.
But I don't know how.
Daggerfall.
As I was going to say, I don't know how I personally feel about the flightless dragons in this matchup, considering that it is Volko.
Yeah, definitely. Volko absolutely makes those have a really bad day. Like, Volko can take them out on 2 hits, and the fact that he uses his Daggerfall, like Florian using Daggerfall on top of the flight as well, is inefficient.
He might have just wanted to get a bolt in. Again, this matchup is all about just trying to get as many bolts as possible to make it awkward for young ZZ coming into the perk 3 phase. But he is closing into perk 3 with 47 now EXP.
Definitely, and with that 50 XP now, Florian is falling a little bit behind on XP. Like, gonna put out the defensive chopper. Blastman's not gonna do a whole lot of things now. He's done his use, but
Miss
definitely it. Oh, the bridge goes over to Florian. Florian can put in a little bit of poke. There's only gonna be 1 bolt. Yeah, no, he's gonna get another one if he wants, so choose to. Defensive chopper is gonna be pulled away.
Might just be playing it safe. Might just want to take his time because.
Yeah, we don't. I don't think we're gonna see those super combos, and combustion absolutely wreak havoc, but does not bring the flame imp with him. Burner Bridges is gonna be taking on the flame imp, and the little bat is flying away happily ever after.
Their bat being able to grab the bridge is gonna be. It's kind of key. It's actually really good on Volko because it is a very cheap flying minions that you can just grab the bridge for you, even though it nether steps away.
Yeah, like it's good. It's cheap. You can pull those bursts off where you do like 200 damage within 3 seconds. And I think that's gonna be crucial in the end game when he's not gonna have a lot of time to use the bolts, because JungCC has that perk too. He is starting to get a lot of rage going, divine shields, all of it.
Actually, if you notice things, Florian is mainly using his combustion for 2 things. He's mainly using it to clear the Scrat tank with a combination with his Scrat Lord, or he's using it on any minion that gets to face.
Yeah, definitely. And now you see the face one is going to come down because Magma Turret got placed on the top bridge against the Scrat tank, and that is going to punish him.
That's actually a really good swap because it actually separated the fire imp from a lot of things. And there's the clear again though.
And look at that combustion, as you said, it's just such a strong defensive tool. And have a little bit of soda here for Florian. JungCC does not seem to want to join the emote game. He's here to win the game, not to emote. And Blastman's going to be coming down.
He's got to focus, man.
Yeah, important. But, you need a soft drink. I hope, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all remember to bring your beverages, drink while you watch, to keep yourself hydrated, and enjoy the show.
Thanks, look at this. Well, it's gonna die now. Is it gonna survive? No, it's gonna die. Ooh!
Oh, look at that! Excellent timing! He predicted that because the combustion came down before the Scrat Lord, right?
The combustion, he tried, but the problem was it was slightly too late. So the Blastmancer, because it attacked so fast, was able to get an attack in, and since Scrats die really quickly to a Blastmancer, He got
Yeah.
the explosion and denied it.
They get one hit, and that was just excellent. Seeing the weakness, or call it more correctly, the strength of Blastmancer, because this Blastmancer is attacking so many attacks in a small interval. A lot of people seem to neglect that fact, and also see for Florian, he's taking damage from the Blastmancer, because the Blastmancer, when he does his AoE, he does face damage. He does 20 face damage, and when you do that over and over and over, it stacks up.
Yep. But now the game has actually changed now that KP has perk 3. We're gonna have to be watching these bridges very closely now, if we weren't watching them close before.
Yeah, because the perk 3 is now on bottom bridge.
Yeah, and they're both on bottom bridge.
Yeah.
So, that's
but
where
Blastmancer is gonna... Yeah, it's such a crucial card here. And for Florian is gonna struggle with that.
And it's such a key combo, the Blastmancer and the Scrat Tank together, meaning you can't potentially put range units down to try to deal with it, because the Blastmancer will grab them and the Scrat Tank will just tank it up, and any big swarm you want to delay the Scrat Tank just gets blown up.
Yeah, and look at that excellent push here from Zhengxi, just getting shut down by the Burner Bridges, but Zhengxi is... I mean, he's in the lead, he's in the XP lead, but perk 3 is going to come down. I don't think it's going to matter right now, because the Blastmancer is killing everything in terms of melee. So I don't think... It's not what's going to win the game, it's going to be that perk 1 or the Banner Frenzy.
And then it's also essential that he keeps control of where this perk 3, the bridge that perk 3 is on is, as he swapped it to the bottom side right there.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he needs to control that perk for as long as he can, because anytime he doesn't have the bot bridge, it's gonna be damage. And sitting at 600 HP, and then you have to also consider that I think Flo also has Daggerfall, means there's a slight timer on this game already.
Yeah, because you could see his Daggerfall just now was dropped to take the flame in, but also deal that 85 damage on face. And he does it again. Zhengxi is dropping low and low, and the Daggerfall is connecting to face.
Daggerfall, as long as the bottom
damage.
bridge is taken, that's not just 85 damage, that's 85 plus 60.
Yeah, and now you see Zhengxi is dropping lower and lower. The blast is going to be down to 80. One more Daggerfall. It's going to be over. Well done to the Florian here.
Just some mismanagement, I feel, on Young Easy's part. He played to try to grab the bottom bridge, but when his buff was on the top bridge.
I mean, he was playing to win, and maybe letting up the pressure was the correct play. Just go focus all top. But I don't think he would be able to hold the bridge because of the Scrat Horde. You know, the second your minions are off, so you need to get rid of that bottom bridge. Because this Scrat Horde can take it instantly and therefore drop the burst right away.
Yep.
So Florian Florian has a lot of outs. While Zhengxi was, he was on a knife set.
He was in a catch-22 pretty much.
Yeah. That's one way of putting it. And with that, we're going to go over to game number 2 in a bit as soon as they're ready.
So I guess the question is, do you think you think Young CZ stays on the KP? He does have to fight a Mordar. He does have Divine Warrior, which is very interesting when you deal with Colossus, when you deal with what's it called again? Harbinger. I'm still used to DFO for all the people who kind of remember. But yeah.
FC chat for DFO, please, guys.
It's quite interesting into the matchup, but I guess we'll figure out now.
Yeah, we're gonna see now. Round number 2, Zhengxi up against Florian. 1-0 to Florian. Let's see if he can close it out on this round number 4, King Puff Cup 33.
Swap into the Stormbringer. So this is
such a classic. Yeah, this is such a classic matchup. The Stormbringer, the ultimate range, up against Volko, the ultimate melee. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Especially now that it's technically the old school Volko deck versus the old school Crossbow Guild Stormbringer deck. Nothing too different, actually. Aside the combustion, I believe, from
combustion, the magma turret, the screaming scats, all the classics, that just joined us as we've been progressing with the game.
This Scrat Horde is going to be very interesting this game.
Oh,
that's
gonna
good.
hurt.
That's not good.
That's not good at all. And with that, the emo is going to come out. Junks CC is in trouble. He just lost his.
He lost a lot of momentum. Not a lot of momentum and a lot of his deck. He's going to basically be vanilla for the next one cycle.
Definitely, he got that perk 1 going, and perk 1 is actually going to do a lot of work up against Florian because of the deck having a lot of low HP stuff. But losing the wow, I can only remember DFO now because of Hagen. No, I can only remember Toilet. Wow, I read DFO when I was saying that. Crossbow Guild. God, the guild. Oh,
you got it.
Yeah, I got it finally.
I wanted to
chat, I'm getting old.
As I wanted to bring up earlier before we were distracted by a great combustion, I was going to say the interesting thing is the Scrat Horde into the Stormbringer. Stormbringer will actually have a lot of problems dealing with that unless you can get a ranged unit on the field.
Yeah, I guess that's why he has the guild, you know, to deal with all the hordes, because when you get all the crossbow dudes established with the Plasma Marines, you can do a lot of work against the Scrat Horde. But he's not getting to do that. Like, Florian is not letting him do that. And you saw the other combustion. CC is dropping low.
And it came down to that combustion early in the game. Him not having that one guild might have cost him mighty heavily here.
Yeah, definitely. And look at that. The pressure from Florian is just insane. He's just dropping Morgul because he has 10 mana. And with that, the defensive shot is going to be dropped down up against Morgul. Morgul is going to do a lot of damage.
The evolutionary cleaver to deal with it.
Have a look at that. The bridge control is just insane, and I thought he was gonna drop guild on top of the bottom bridge. That would be.
he might be afraid here.
I would respect this. Morgul is gonna come down. He needs to drop something to protect it, and I don't think Magma Turret is.
No, Screaming Scrapple.
Yeah, excellent. I didn't think the Screaming Scrapple would get away from that. That was such a good play.
Now here's the key to this game. He's hit perk 2. He can outrange Florian's Magma Cannon. But now, can he keep that top bridge under his control?
I mean, he keeps on putting the Crossbow Guild on the bottom bridge, which I firmly disagree with, because he needs to have constant pressure on the top bridge. But maybe he has a plan, like maybe he splits out the Crossbow Guild so he can go on the bottom all the time, and then he can places his minion on top. But he changes now the guild going on top, having the Magma Turret ready.
I think it was more that he probably felt that he could deal with anything that Florian brings top lane.
Yeah, doesn't matter. He's going down. He's 210, 230, 70, and one more.
There's the bridge.
Calling out the GG? Yeah, Daggerfall, bye-bye. GG, Junks CC is going down to Florian with the polite GG going out, and that's going to be a 2-0.
And that's the sphere of Balco. You gotta respect the Balco when one of the best masters at ending games.
Yeah. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, you can see the end game score here. We're going out in round number 4. It's going to be a good matchup here, and I believe that's going to be it for me.
Yep,
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time today. I've been Tanks, and Hagenholm should be coming over after the interview with Veselin. So, Sasha, good luck. Have fun.
I will, and it was good. It was good casting with you again. It's been a blast from the past, I guess you can say.
Yeah. Cheers.
And I'll see you later.
Hey there.
Hi.
Today I'm joined by Veselin, one of the more notable players in the KPC, one of the veteran players. He's been around for forever. Oh, I should be looking into the camera, maybe. There you go. How are you, my man?
I'm doing good.
You good? Nice. All right. How long have you been playing the game? You've been around forever, right?
I've actually been playing a little over a year. I started a year ago in December.
Oh, interesting. Nice.
And then I started at the same time as Croaker X. We both got the game within a week of each other and started playing.
Okay. I think I got the thing prepared. Let me check. There you go. Yeah, I got your stats right here. 1,600 hours tracked on Steam. That's a lot of hours. Very nice. Let's take a look at your stats. 46 circuit points. You're rank 7 right now, so that means you're guaranteed to participate in the King of Cup Invitational that's coming up next. Very nice. Are you psyched?
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to do that. I haven't done that before. This the last season I played in only 2 tournaments and did not do well. So.
Don't worry about it. You've improved a lot, right? What do you typically do to prepare for a tournament like this?
One, I usually have already been playing certain decks that I've liked and got a feel for a few decks and masters that I've been liking in the current meta. Then I'll kind of start scrimming with a few players. I'll scrim with Jinyu, typically Croaker X. I've scrimmed with Maddie a little bit recently. Sometimes I'll scrim with Gamer and also just bring these decks on ladder a lot and tweak them and see what they're good against and what they're weak against.
Yeah, it's a little bit iffy to train on ladder because of the wildcards thing, but you got all the players around you available to do a proper scrim. That's must be really, really helpful. Right. What's your favorite master right now? I've seen you play Red Bull a lot recently.
Yeah, I do play a lot of Rappo. He's probably my favorite master. I like him because he's just got a really strong defensive tool in his DACA, and being able to pump out scrats to take hits from other units really helps out.
He was really not well represented in the last KPC, but
no,
maybe
I think that'll
change.
change.
Secret weapon. Let's see.
That'll probably change with this next KPC. Some of the shifts in the meta have made him a little bit stronger.
All right. Do you have any favorite cards you like to play right now?
I really like Whirly Scrat.
Whirly Scrat. Wow.
Yes, I really like Whirly Scrat because I like playing around perk 2 Ravager, and Whirly Scrat on perk 2 is actually pretty crazy once he gets that attack rate and you get him to face. It makes it really hard for people to play melee units to stop your push.
Interesting. I mean, it's definitely one of the cards that you don't see that often lately. It's one of the classic cards that's been around for forever, and people, maybe it's flying under people's radar. I don't know.
I think just with the Shield Guard meta, it's pushes it a little further from where it needs to be right now. And the Shield Guard Scrat tank, basically the tank with DPS behind it makes it hard for Whirly Scrat to shine in the current meta.
A while back, people used to play Statue and follow it up with DPS behind it, and this is pretty much a similar strategy right now. I guess it makes sense to go for that. All right, let's finish this up. Do you have anything you want to? Do you have a tip you can give to new players, to upcoming players? Something that you wish you would have known when you started?
I'd say one of the best ways to get good at the game is to, one, watch actually some of the better players play. Like, you go check out some of the streams of like good players. There's always, even if they're maybe playing decks that you don't play, you still get to see how they win, how they lose. And I think one of the other things is you have to just, one of the mechanics of the game is you have to learn about unit pushing. Like, you just have to learn how to abuse that and take advantage of being able to push scrats onto your bridge, push illusory cleavers onto the bridge, and push units off of your face.
A general thing I noticed new players make, they play cards as soon as they are available. They don't wait necessarily that long, and that's something you learn over the course of the...
Yeah, some decks you definitely want to sit close to 8 mana in your hand as often as possible.
It's not even that horrible if you float a mana, if that means you don't waste 5 mana in order to in that order.
If you're trying to play like specific cards that come to mind where you'll float mana if you want to play them properly, or Harbinger and Sniper Scrat, because those cards need to stay in the pocket. You cannot let them walk out of the pocket when you're playing against opponents.
All right.
Especially on that defensive push. So
it makes sense. Yeah. Okay, that should be about it. Good luck to you in the upcoming tournament, or in the tournament, and yeah, best of luck.
All right, thanks.
So wait. All right. Welcome back. I believe we are entering round 5, and let us welcome back the Higging Gnome, who will be joining me and replacing things. Gnome, are you ready to help me make the casting of the night?
Yes, Sasha. Yes, I am.
I snuck it in there. I did it early, so I got it out of the way. So, what do you think about that last round? It was actually pretty. It was kind of pretty exciting, the first game, and
to be honest, Sasha, I was kind of busy eating bananas than watching the games, but I did catch the last one, kind of, and it was aggressively fun to watch.
Yeah, the aggressive Volko deck. You wanna? I know you love the Volko deck a lot. You have a history with that deck, I believe.
I mean, I do love Volko in general. Yeah.
Your favorite master?
He was my favorite. Has been Setsu now for a decent while, but Volko is in a good second. Previous first.
And he's in a really good position right now, especially now that he has a lot more interesting low mana tools to get that control spam going.
Yes. Personally, I think the most fun sort of new addition to a Volko deck would be the combustion with the timer change. I think that it's actually a pretty good card, like a really good card in Volko now, as it can clear a lot, even for air. Like you can just take care of a Harbinger with 4 mana, 3 mana even. Very good.
Yeah. It's also a little interesting now that one of the better cards with combustion also got nerfed this patch. I don't think we've seen it yet today. Have we seen, or I might have not seen it, have we seen Scrat Horde at all today? No.
I think it's been banned every single time if it's been in the deck list, at least for the featured games. So no, we have not seen it yet. I mean, it was nerfed. Wasn't nerfed by too much, like 1 or 2, like 2 units.
To its original release state, I believe.
I mean, I think Combust now is just in a place of it's strong with any card. So I don't think this is insane with Horde to being. This is just really good with a lot of different things.
As we saw that last game, the Scrat Horde combustion combo, really strong at clearing the entire side of your board, and it's good, really good for resetting, which again helps Volko's gameplay. Again, just trying to delay the game, getting those faults in, hitting.
Indeed, it's also good cycle. It's good. I mean, it's good cycle, gets good removal, battle synergy potentially. It just has so many things going for it. It's pretty Gucci. I enjoy it.
And as we wait for, I think the final games of round 4 are going. Yeah, the final. There's one more game. While we just wait for Mephisto and Cat to finish, I guess
they'll be done in 2 hours then.
2 hours here. But I believe let's talk about things that at least you've seen and have been impressed by, Gnome, since you've been here on the casting booth longer than I have. What have you seen anything today that that's intrigued you or came out of left field?
Well, I was quite entertained by Grey Wolf's decks today. I think the Demon Warrior APEP was just like kind of a good throwback, just a nice classical sort of deck, and I mean it did quite well. It won 2-0, and I thought that was a really just something I didn't expect at all, but I probably should have. But yeah, that was just something I really enjoyed, and that made me smile.
I mean, I personally like the Demon Warrior decks. Not like I'm a big fan of the card. I'm not big, and I'm very happy that someone's actually brought it back out and showing that it's in a really good place right now, and it's actually playable.
And also pairing it with Beam, which I thought was even better. I mean, who doesn't love a good Beam?
I mean, if Demon Warrior fails, you just go to Beam, right?
Yeah.
All right. So round 5 is now starting, and we're going to go to one of the classic matchups of Minion Masters. These two players know each other really well. It's Darien and Cat.
Ah, yes. Two very good players, as said.
Titans, you can even say. Two Titans of the Minion
Two
Masters.
Titans, yeah. They're both very, very skilled. I feel like their play style isn't necessarily the same, but they both get very good results nonetheless.
Right, so we're gonna look at Cat's decks here. We get the... It's interesting. He's just gone with the decks he's usually known for. He like the Milloween. He's got the KP there. Interesting new addition to the KP, the Netherwell. What do you? I'm not sure.
I quite like that. Right after the card came out, I thought, yeah, this is probably decent in KP, and a lot of other people thought the same thing and tried it out, and a lot of people like it. I agree.
I like to point out that in Cat's Ravager, he's gone the Cleaver and the Shield Guard, but he's
just doing the Cleaver Ball.
Yeah, but he's not gone for the duo, the Incubus and Succubus at 7 mana, which I find really interesting.
Not going twins, no. I guess he might want a cheaper cycle, or he might just not want to be dependent on a combo.
He just might want to be, maybe he thinks the Cleaver is already heavy enough and he doesn't want to be super into the high mana cost, but I don't know how I feel about that, considering that it is a Ravager deck and usually they don't care about the cost.
Fair enough, but I think Cat is a strong enough player that he just thinks, you know what, I don't need all these flashy combos. I can beat anyone with just a Cleaver and a Dragon Ball by itself.
I mean, he is currently the top ranked player of the circuit, so
yeah. And what is this percentage win rate? Ah, yes, 82%.
82%.
That's decent. Yeah.
That's what you call a god ranking in certain arcade games.
That's what you call a god ranking in any competitive game or any game, really.
I mean, the Darien's not bad too. It's 63%.
No, I mean just breaking 50% shows that you're a pretty good player, considering who you're up against in these tournaments.
And I mean, you can consider these two rivals. They've gone back and forth since the inception of the KPC, actually. Alright, so looking at Darien's decks, he has that Red Golem that we know him for. The Red Golem that has not changed since even patch, I'm gonna say patch, when was Red Golem changed? Patch 15.
Well, yeah, I mean, you see all these good cards. You see the Vanilla Warrior, the Marines, obviously the Blood Imps. Just a Stint, a Whelp, just a normal Fireball. There's a lot of like old school vanilla cards in Harmony.
It's actually all basic cards, even you don't include the
Red
Golem and the Blood Imps. But the first ban is in. It's Volko, and that's Cat knowing Darien.
I mean, I would do the same. I would do the exact same thing.
Yeah, but that's Cat knowing Darien. He knows that Darien is known for the Red Golem deck. On ladder, Darien plays that Volko deck primarily. That's usually his climbing deck. So
yeah, I mean, I would say that if I was going to play against Darien, the first first master I would ban is always Volko. Second one would be Ratbo. I was like, those are two masters I would basically always ban against Darien if I had the opportunity.
Yeah, it's definitely his two most played and his most comfortable picks. And we have the Darien ban now. He bans the KP and Mordar, playing it safe, but giving Cat the Milloween Clear Skies. Interesting decision by Darien, I feel.
This is a cycle Milloween as well, with a Shock Rock, Fireball, and Moles. Like there's 3 spells in here, and yeah, as I said, it's a Clear Skies Milloween. Quite scary.
3. He also leaves the Ravager open, which is gonna be interesting. Which is also really interesting because Darien does not. Darien's decks are weak. Are generally have a hard time versus Ravager.
I do understand why Darien. I mean, I definitely understand why he banned the KP, because Cat's KP is really scary. KP is scary in general, and also quite understand the Mordar ban. I mean, Mordar being the most played by a good margin in this tournament.
Decks is Mordar.
Yeah, so I definitely understand why Darien would be like, you know what, I don't really want to face that right now. I think I'll take my chances with a Ravager or a Milloween instead.
Ravager. Yeah, Darien threw out a quote here. He says he doesn't want to lose to the KP this time. He did lose to it last time, so that might have played it a little into his head, or just might have said, I didn't last time, play it safe. And of course, the rat bow goes out. No, no red
I do
gold.
like that. I do like that Cat responds to that to that little comment and says, "Yeah, it's a different KP." But Darren's like, I don't care, man. It's gone. I don't want to see it in my game.
I know you, Cat. I know you, Cat. Stop this.
You can't fool me.
You get a spray bottle out. No KP. Shoo the KP away. So
Big
the rat
spray
bow
bottle
getting,
as well.
the rat
So,
bow
yeah.
getting factors. Just again, this is a very targeted ban towards Darien. He's known for that deck. He's been playing it since 2 years ago now, and it has not changed once.
Yeah, I mean, I think like Cat's bans here is completely how I would ban as well. And I think how a lot of good players would ban. Like they know that Darien has really good strength playing with these two masters and these decks, and I don't want to face them. I mean, if I face basically any other player with Darien's Stratbo deck, most likely I wouldn't really care. But since it's Darien, it's like, yeah, you know what? That's being bad. That's being bad.
I believe we are good to go now.
Game 1 should be starting soon-ish, hopefully. Getting everything ready here on our side.
Yeah, telling the players that we are good to go on our end as well. And
I wonder what deck each player will be starting with, though. So we do have the Mordar and...
If I was Darien, I'd start Setsu.
I agree, yeah. I think a Setsu here... This is a Setsu with a Horde. And, well, and a Cleaver. But yeah, it's fairly low cycle, fairly aggressive Setsu is what it looks like. The Daggerfall and Shockrock as well.
He does start the Setsu, and it goes into the Ravager. I was like a little concerned about this, because this is going to depend on how Darien deals with the Brutus push. Because I believe he can deal with the normal Cleaver Dragon Ball combo. Or like even a Shield Guard of Light Dragon Ball combo. The problem
I mean, he does have the Horde and Activator.
Yeah, the problem I'm a little concerned about for Darien is when Brutus is on the board. So we're gonna watch this Brutus very closely, I feel.
Yeah, Cat does not have... well, Cat does have Combustion, which would deal with the Horde effectively on the Brutus, for example. So he does have 2 potential removals for the Horde or anything that Darien would play against this Brutus push.
We might see him actually hold... oh no, the ops just throw it out there. I was gonna say
Brutus push already.
I was gonna say we might see him save all this mana so he can keep the activator for the Scrap Horde, but it looks like that one is gonna stay out there for a long time. Actually, there's the Dragon Ball. This is the opportunity. That's what he was waiting for. Oh, but the combustion!
Yeah, as predicted in a way here, like Cat has the combustion ready to deal with the Horde and anything else that Darien would have played there to defend.
I actually don't think it was worth it on Darien, on Cat's end. His Brutus took a lot of damage from just.
Well, he took some damage on it there, but he did get in a good chunk of damage, probably less than he wanted, like less than Ravager players generally want on first perk, but at least decent.
It's decent, but we're gonna have to see if this could be a changing point within this game.
I mean, Darien might be able to, yeah, as you said, the Brutus push is where probably want to get the damage in, have the best chance of getting the damage in. It's probably going to be much harder for Cat moving forward to get any push in.
But with that push, he did get 20 EX. No, not 20. Around 20 EXP ahead of Cat. So I mean, ahead of Darien. So he got perk 2 now. He is in the lead EXP wise. So he's very comfortable. Look at his damage.
Taking a lot of damage. He that was actually, if you were paying attention there, you saw that Darien's Xiaolong did not die, like barely on 2-3 HP. So Cat had to use his Illocleave. Incoming Horde.
He actually got more damage off with that Scrap Horde alone and Xiaolong alone than than Cat did with his Brutus push. This, again,
It's not great. Yep.
not good. It's not looking good for Cat right now. Darien might have this. He's going for the Setsu jump. He's going in. This
Cat does have a.
might be blood. This might be blood in the water for Darien.
Yeah.
We'll see if he. No, he doesn't. He doesn't bank too much. Ooh, he
Darien
is banking a lot
being
into it.
very aggressive here. He's spending a lot of mana and energy and everything on Cat's face, and it did bring Cat from 1200 to just under 700.
Okay, very quick note here. Cat is on 106 map. Now 109 just jumped up right there. He is 10 EXP away from the British, so this might actually be the last chance Darien has right here.
Yeah,
Because
Darien
Terra
might be
Brutus
feeling
just
pressure here.
Terra Brutus might be too much for Darien to clear, so he's going to Setsu jump for sure. Just when and how. He might be waiting for the Xiaolong to die actually.
He might just wait for the Terror Brutus to come out so it doesn't attack Setsu, and then if Cat supports the Terror Brutus, then Darien will just jump on the face and ignore the incoming push, perhaps. Go for an all-out.
And this is where this game is reaching its climax here, and there's the jump. Stun's probably coming in soon. No, he does go for the stun, but he misses. Oh, Cleaver gets blocked. Good illusionary by Cat. Oh.
That was game saving there.
That was a very game saving illusionary cleaver. And oh no, he didn't get it. He didn't have an activator. Here's the Dragon Ball. And Terra sets his focus on the Terra Brutus. Oh no, here comes combustion. Oh no, he can't
Darien,
get this well. He has the Daggerfall. He has the Daggerfall his own face.
Darien needs to just go on Cat's face here. If not, he's probably just not gonna be able to do anything. He's going for it, but it's not in time. Not in time.
Yep, as we said, the Terra Brutus decided the game, and yeah, just unfortunate on Darien.
It could have, as semi expected there. Like when Cat got Terra Brutus out, went bottom lane, and Darien just said, "Okay, I'm gonna do my cleaver top lane. Just gonna ignore Terra Brutus, gonna go face," and it did set to jump at the same time. Try to just get all that damage in on the face and finish off the game before Terra Brutus reached his own face.
And attempt to speed
and
straight into the game too.
Didn't get exactly like everything he wanted, but if Cat just messed up a single placement there, he would have lost.
Yep, it could have gained down to one placement. Puff Champ represent right now as we get into game 2. It is the Mordor.
A basic Mordor skin as well. I see how it is. I see.
As Mordor is generally a safe pick. But that's the thing. The thing I kind of feel is when we see Mordor, a lot of Mordor wins comes from usually an error or a very forced error from the opponent's part. We're gonna see here on how Cat plays this, because Cat is not a player that will error normally. Darien's gotta force it out.
Yeah, Cat is not gonna allow Darien to get really good reses without a fight. He's not gonna allow Darien to get the value that he wants to get without Darien really forcing him to not give him anything else.
Wait a minute.
Very well played, Scrat Tank there.
This is King of the Hill, I believe, right?
It's the loser changes, yes?
Oh, loser changes, alright.
Yes, I'm not being dumb right now, yes? Yeah, that's what I thought. Because if not, something would be very wrong
I
here.
was very confused of why oh no, that's not what you want to res, Darien!
That's the worst possible res in the game. Feels not amazing there. Darien taking so much damage from this Brutus push.
It's not the worst possible res. You could res an illusionary cleaver.
That's still probably better than a single Scrat.
Either way.
Darien is just dead here. Like Darien has lost this game already. Unfortunately, there's nothing he can do.
Yeah, it's
Dragon Ball, combustion. Yeah. It's unfortunately over here. He just didn't manage to defend the Brutus push at all. The Ravager deck way too aggressive for that more deck to handle.
And that's why I was saying in the ban phase I didn't feel comfortable leaving that open for Darien because of games like that. All right, we're going to go into an interview now with Video Gamer 77, I believe, right? No?
I suppose so. Our favorite and only real gamer.
Is he though?
Of course he is.
I'm joined by Video Gamer 77 now. He's up here for an interview, and I've heard he even brought a webcam one of these rare occasions. Could you turn that? Could you turn the thing on?
Sure. Let me turn it on real quick.
Right. Whoa! That's a face reveal right there. Perfect. You look awesome today.
Thanks, man. I tried.
You've been around forever, dude. When did you start playing? 2 years ago? 3 years ago? I think as soon as the game started, you've been around, right?
Pretty much. I started playing the last day they had a closed beta.
Oh,
it was the very end of November 2016.
Okay. Nice. You brought some stats earlier that pretty much just shows how long you've been around. Let me show this real quick. You see these close to 4,000 hours and close to 30,000 which is just poof, mind blown right there. Yeah, you obviously put in the hours, gathered a lot of experience, and you probably know what you're doing at this point. You're in the top 10 right now, and you're ranked 3 for the KPI Invitational that's coming up. You're guaranteed to be in there. Are you looking forward to the event?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm hoping I can do a little better than I normally do. Maybe win. That's kind of what I want, you know.
It's very doable. I believe in you.
I'm glad someone does.
Some impressive stats over there. Over 50% win rate, over 80 wins in total, close to 150 games played in total. That's impressive stuff. All right. How do you prepare for your tournaments usually? Do you playtest a lot with other people, or what's your ceremony for the thing?
I do scrim a little. It just depends on who's around, but that's pretty much it. I just a couple scrims, a couple people, and then I just pray. You know.
I mean, that's something. That's one way to do it.
Yeah, I'm always just like, well, these might do the trick as long as I pilot them correctly, which I most of the time don't.
You get nervous a lot, right?
I do, yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. All right. What's your favorite card you usually play?
Well, it used to be Bloodums.
Used to be Bloodums. Okay.
Because of the recent patch, Stormy is now my favorite card.
Ooh, that's a juicy one. How do you play this card usually? What's a good position for the card? Far in the back, or
it depends. Like, it's really good in the pocket, with like a Heal Shriner Priestess, and it could just clear everything up, everything up.
Makes sense. Yep.
But it can also do the same if you have some even a mediocre tank at the bridge. Sometimes, like with the Heal Shrine, even you don't even need any tank. Just Heal Shrine Stormy, and you're good.
Okay. Do you have a favorite master you like to play?
My favorite master is currently Volko.
Volko, okay.
Which most people would not have guessed.
You're known for your KP. That's actually a surprise. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And in reality, I hate KP with a passion. Hashtag buff KP.
Okay, I see. All right, if you were a new player and you could give yourself an advice, what would that advice be?
Couple things. Don't craft cards is something I always tell new players. Save your shards, which I feel like most players don't do. I feel like they just see a deck on the leaderboard on, like, rank 1 player or whatever, just copy it, and I think that can be a big mistake. But just learn the cards is really important when you first learn what cards do. Try to learn what they're good against, what they're bad against, and that can help massively.
Go check him out on his stream. You could probably learn a thing or two there. All right, that should be pretty much it. I'll get back to the journeyman. Thanks for the interview.
So Rizzy, I think is quite new. He has a
Rizzy has played for a decent bit at least.
Yep, decent.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he played in the Discord Invitational, or back in December or whatever that was last year, I think. Maybe before that as well. I think so. Anyway.
I believe, yeah, and from what I've seen in our statistics here, he is 22-17, a 50% win rate. So that's actually really impressive for a new player, especially that we tend to run more open tournaments, meaning you don't know who you get to fight, right?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Like I said earlier, if you even break 50%, then you are a pretty good player, because you're not facing your average Joe in these tournaments. You're facing some of the best and the actual best in the game.
Would you say James is one of the best?
As I also said, yeah, he definitely can be. When he kind of is in the groove, I feel he is very, very good and can beat anyone, really.
All right, let's look at the Rizzy's deck. Let's look at Rizzy's decks here. What do you think of these decks so far?
I mean, I'm seeing Empowereds in two of these decks. That's not a card I think we've seen on stream before in this Swiss stage so far today. Definitely a very powerful card when activated, and it does have activators in both of his decks. 2 activators actually. Yeah, these are the 2 of the exact same decks, just with different masters.
I mean, it's worked. That is one of the strategies you can take into a KPC, considering that a lot of people said, like, initially, like, oh, if you can't beat one deck, it would be so hard to jump back, right? So some people started to think that, oh, maybe if I take the same deck over and over, like, I believe the person to do this to the most effect was Boxes. Back in the day, he would play the same deck on 4 different masters, and it would be so hard because, yeah, like, oh boy, you have to beat this deck over and over, or you have to if you can't beat this deck one time, it's over, right? With one deck.
Definitely. It's a very risk reward. Personally, that's not like strategy I tend to employ, because I don't like being locked into one deck or one deck type. It's scary to me.
Right. We see.
He does also have a Stormbringer and KP though, so with a bit of different lineup.
Well, those are exactly what James actually banned. The Stormbringer and the KP. And
Rizzy, I guess we're gonna see.
Rizzy banned the Mordor and the Ratbow, so we're definitely gonna see both of the. We're gonna see both of the Enraged Soul Stealer deck.
That Mordor deck is definitely worth a ban with the Priestess, Guardian, Stormy. Yeah, that's very scary.
Yep, and we're actually in game now, I believe.
We are. It's a Milloween versus Setsu.
So James, interestingly, this might have been an interesting pick and ban by James here. He banned both of Rizzy's decks that weren't the empowered Soul Stealer deck, right? So James might feel very comfortable fighting the empowered Soul Stealer deck, and maybe
he must.
Accordingly.
I mean, he is forced Rizzy to only play that exact deck with one of the masters, so he must feel very comfortable with just thinking, yeah, I can beat this. It doesn't matter. I can do this.
So James clears the Scrat Tank later, but Rizzy responds with the Lone Wolf
empowered
Soul Stealer combo. There's the combo. So James, how will you respond? This is with James, and he responds with the Stormy. Oh, the Stormy gets good Black Hole, just getting the Stormy, meaning this Wolf is gonna clear this Scrat Tank without getting stunned.
Stormy is also not activated and doesn't even hit the empowered. This is quite scary.
This might be a lot of damage coming on Rizzy, on James. James, how are you gonna deal with this? He's playing the Marines, quickly clear it, but
yeah. He deals with it fairly quickly, but he still takes a good chunk of damage.
About 800 HP. That's Rizzy getting what he wants there. Remember, the clear skies. Okay,
Healing
so
up
James,
both.
Yeah, James just trying to delay this game again. As we brought up some early on the stream before, your Asmuth, you don't want. It's not about getting a big golem. It's about getting multiple golems. So he wants
just
that
getting.
If he just wants to get the perk 3 and hopefully it become too much for Rizzy to handle. But again, this empowered Soul Stealer is just dealing with James's pushes so well.
And James also doesn't really have a lot of high value cards to deal with the Empower. Like, it's a fairly cheap cycle Milloween deck.
Yeah, but now he has the Arcane Missiles. The Arcane Missiles can lower it.
That can be quite good, yeah.
You just need one hit on the Fireball on the Fire Imp. So this is going to be a lot more damage for James. And as we saw earlier, Setsu can end games on the land side. So James should be very careful about taking as much damage, any amount of damage starting very soon. Especially now that we are at the perk 2s and perk 3s are coming up.
That is true, but I do feel that James probably feels a bit more secure knowing that he has the Clear Skies should he need it.
Yeah, he's gotta use it. He hasn't used it in a while, actually. And I feel like that may be a mistake because, again, we are dealing with a Setsu. James would do now he uses it right there.
Was a very good Illo Cleaver play on top, by the way, pushing his own Illo Cleaver on bridge.
Again, this is very scary for James. He's playing with a lot of fire right now.
Yeah, he's a good bit behind on HP here, almost at half. And Rizzy is going quite aggressive with his Setsu pushes and general plays. He probably just wants to hurt James as much as possible before he gets to perk 3.
Not actually too aggressive though. Like, if he was going aggressive, he would have gone for the fake.
Well, aggressive and aggressive, fairly aggressive. Like, he's using his Setsu pushes as often as he can. And it's interesting here that James not have an activator for his Stormy.
Rizzy actually got the even with the Stormy, Rizzy actually got the werewolf, but unfortunately the werewolf dies right away. So it's really interesting there because usually Stormy is a pretty good counter to Lone Wolf, considering it.
But correct me if I'm wrong here, but James is playing Stormy without an activator for it, because I don't see it in his deck.
No, he does not have an activator for it. But he's playing it simply for the Chain Lightning effect, I believe.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's not really something. I mean, it's not something we've seen so far today.
Perk 3. So
Golem deleted.
Setsu's gonna start going for face here, and James has not hit perk 3 himself yet. Here comes the Stormy. He's gonna get 2 Chain Lightnings off it. So again, that's
which not getting so much value though. Only hitting the tank twice. That's not 5 mana worth of value right there.
And Rizzy is setting up for a slightly aggressive push here. He does, he does not have the Setsu jump in hand, but the empowered Soul Stealer is going to do a lot of work. But here comes level 5 mana golems. Here comes the Clear Skies. So James and Rizzy are now playing a very dangerous tightrope game where Rizzy needs to finish this game before James can heal too much, and James needs to survive long enough. Ooh, Setsu's jump is going to get on the Stormy. He gets it.
It's a very scary combo bottom though.
Oh, no,
that tank golem.
Fire gets the throw. He does go down to 600 HP. Here comes Clear Skies to heal up.
Does heal the enemy tank there.
Here comes a big push at bottom. Oh, but it's gonna get the mana golem deals enough damage to it. But here comes a full tank. Here comes a Setsu jump. Oh, it gets good.
Yeah, this.
Here's a fireball.
Not look.
Oh,
yeah.
James, can you stop it? James can't stop it. That's game.
Yeah, James just. I mean, he was behind in XP. He was far behind in HP. He probably needed to just use Clear Skies way more there to try to catch up in HP. But then again, do you want to keep spending 3 mana for that? Is that worth it for you? Should you maybe spend that 3 mana somewhere else?
And it really but again, it's a very interesting matchup because you need to know how much you need to heal and how much Setsu can do, right? But no time to dwell right now, Gnome. We're going into game 2 with Rizzy.
It is interesting though, because James banned Rizzy's 2 other decks, so he must have felt comfortable, right, going against this empowered deck. But he lost his first game, so
Rizzy has an interesting start. Rizzy has an
maybe it was a mistake.
In his hand. He has an activator for his Raging Fireball. I mean, not Raging. An activator for the Empowered Soul Stealer Fireball. And Lone Wolf was on cue. He could have actually just chose to throw a spell to get the Lone Wolf out, but he opts just for the normal engage, the normal Raging Reinforcements. He's actually gonna just wait for Raging Reinforcements to that. He does float up 1 mana, so a little interesting there. Ooh, Hypnotize, Black Hole to counter the Hypnotize.
I don't think Hypnotize is gonna get much value this game, considering Rizzy has Black Hole.
James's Black Hole worked against him because the Empowered Soul Stealer was in the Black Hole. He got the activate Lone Wolf. Oh no, James! Hoisted by his own petard.
This is gonna be rough for James, I think, in this matchup as well. I don't think Hypnotize is gonna get much value for him, and Bazooka Scrat I don't think he's getting much value either. I don't see what cards he has in his deck to really effectively deal with this Empowered. Like, he doesn't have much.
Our Soul Stealer just like does 900 damage again. The same start, it's just a different master.
Yeah, this is the same over again. This can quickly turn quite bleak for James unless he can turn it around.
And no, James does not have the clear sky this time around, so that damage is going to stick.
Yeah, and also, if you look at his deck here, it doesn't have much anti-air. Like, where is his anti-air here? Basically, only a few Propeller Scrats and Diona.
I'm actually wrong. It might not stick due to Ruffles perk 2, but we'll even see if James. We'll see how the Ruffles plays, right?
Trusting Ruffles RNG.
Combo here. That guarantees 2 hits. Maybe 2 hits from the Bazooka?
No,
only 1.
very close.
Got body blocked.
But he needs much more than 1 hit to get enough value to make that worth it.
I'm gonna clear the things on the Empowered Soul Stealer, and Empowered Soul Stealer's gonna have the time of day here.
Yeah, again, James doesn't have a good way at all, or any way to deal with this Empowered. Only Diona basically can hit and do much damage to this Empowered.
Empowered Soul Stealer got reset. Oh no, the Black Hole actually lets it get down back on face, so James is at 705 HP. This could be a Setsu jump.
Yeah, I mean, I don't... I'm sorry, Chad, if this is bleak, but I really don't think that James can do much here. He does not have the tools he needs to deal with this deck, or with Setsu.
Uses the Hypnotize right there just to buy some time. And James is on Bleak's Razor's Edge here. Here comes that rampaged werewolf and the Empowered Soldier. Here's the Setsu jump. The Divine Warrior coming out. James does get 2 mana from Ruffles, so maybe can he convert this 2 mana to something? He does have the taunt on him, so he does stop the. But here comes Black Hole. James, can you stop it? No, there's thunder.
Not hitting the Empowered, and here comes Fireball as well to end off the game, or not. There we go.
That's game.
Yeah, like that second match was brutal. I think. Like if you look at James's deck list here, like can you see any anti-air that can effectively deal with an Empowered? You see anything on this Diona list?
I mean, Diona herself can deal with anti-air pretty well. She does have a pretty good auto attack.
Yeah, still though, right? If you see anything else here that can help him with that, at best, maybe a Shock Rock or Propeller Scrats. Propeller Scrats, though, you can just Black Hole and then kill those, which feeds the Soul Stealer more than it hurts him.
I think it's more interesting in that he opted for the Hypnotize in that deck.
It's an interesting addition, and if Rizzy didn't have Black Hole, it could have been much more effective.
But let's praise Rizzy. That was really good Setsu play from him. He knew where to take his hits. He knew when he needed to just clear with Setsu, when to go in, and he got results.
Yeah, I mean he played fairly well there. He was up against decks, especially in the second matchup. He was up against a deck that he was, I would say, quite favored against, and he definitely showed that he knows how to capitalize on an advantage as well. So yeah, Rizzy played fairly well.
You'd be surprised about. Ooh, wait, we're hearing something from the back. Okay, we're back on the turn.
Yes, ignore the voice in your head, Sasha. It's nothing. Okay, it's nothing.
I like that people to know there is a support staff in the back that's very hard at work. They don't get enough credit, I feel.
They get no credit.
Yeah, they don't. All right, so we see a list. We have a Unseen Savage beating Sabaron 2-0. We have Z beating Thailander 2-0. Razor Light, Universal Flare. Actually, that's a name I haven't seen in a while. Universal Flare. That's an old player.
Yeah, and he has been in the last few tournaments as well. I think he's been back on the tournament grind for the last maybe 2 months or so. Maybe something like that. 3, maybe even.
And as we wait for rounds, we're simply waiting for right now, I believe, for what games. Okay, we'll be moving on to a preview video to hype something very soon. So we will take a short break as we let the video play.
Hello everyone, Jules here, and right now we're in the KPC 33 Swiss stage. And before we continue with the next group, I would like to briefly explain you how the KPI is going to work. So right now, March 30th, we're going, as I said, KPC 33. People are gaining points in the circuit, and the people that will have enough points are going to get right into the KPI, the Kimpuff Invitational. Now, this is going to be the top 12 earners. No matter what, the top 12 are going to go straight into the Invitational. Those who have less points, but still have more than 20 points, are going to be able to compete in the qualifiers. The qualifiers will take place on April 20th, and 1 week later, the 27th, we're going to have the Invitational. Now, we're going to show you the general standings right now. So seed 1, we have Cat with 127.5 points. That is not going to change because of the difference between first place and second. So Cat is already secured with seed 1. All the other spots could still change. This is going to depend on how this event goes. So people who are top 13 until the last guy that has 20 points are going to be able to compete for the last spot in each group. So you see Group A has Cat, Lazar, and Florian, and still it says KPI qualifiers. So people that compete in the April 20th event are going to be able to get that spot. So the qualifiers is going to be a regular event, just as this one you're playing right now, and the prize for it is to compete in KPI. So among all the participants, the top 4 are going to get this 4 spots, 1 per group. So the first place in the qualifiers will get into Group D. Second will get Group C. Third, Group B, and fourth will get into Group A. Now, the qualifiers are going to be a bit different than regular events. Regular events you're used to seeing Swiss stage for the first part of the event. Now, for KPI, you will see group stage. As you saw, it's divided into 4 groups. Every player will play against the other 3 participants from each group. And the top 2 in each group will advance into the top 8, which will be the same as every event, with exception that it will be double elimination instead of single. This is going to give losers another chance to get into the finals. Now, why is KPI better than other events? Well, it's the last event of the season, and it's going to have better prices. So if you're interested in playing in the future KPIs, make sure to play in every event and get points in future seasons to make sure you can get the secured spot for the Invitational, or that you can at least get your spot in the qualifiers.
Anyway, we do have word now that we are going to watch Terr versus Z. So
Just Z then. I mean, that's a very mysterious name. Makes me a bit scared, to be honest. What's behind the letter, sir?
Oh no, this is
mysterious man.
Oh, okay. They dropped me a link. All right, so I believe. Oh, this is round 7. We are in the next round.
Yep.
And apparently every game finished while we were discussing the deck. So this is gonna be interesting. We have a first ban. It was not even a second passed. Joltear bans Ravager right away. Not wanting to deal with
yes. I mean, you just banned this or Ravager deck. When you have a Shield Guard, Cleaver, Dragon Ball, Twins, Infiltration, Ravager deck, you just ban it. Like just ban it.
So yeah. So with the twin, the particular thing about the twin Dragon Ball deck is it basically removes a lot of the game from the game. It doesn't really care.
It's like, you wait for perk 1, you have your combo, play combo, win game.
Yeah, it doesn't really care. And then even if you pass the combo, it does have enough gas to actually, dance around. It can keep going. And that's why it's considered a very strong deck, especially when the meta is a lot of slow decks. Like we see a lot of the Mordar, we see a lot of even the Millowin can be considered slow. And even the Stormbringer
when you just have that Dragon Ball as well, if you're playing against Mordar, for example, which is very, very common in this tournament setting, that Dragon Ball activated, that will do a lot of damage to your face if you don't have mana to defend your master, because Mordar won't deal with that Dragon Ball for a good while.
So we see Z banning Mordar and Ravager
again. Ravager, similar deck setup, but with a Shadow Whelp instead of a Cleaver, but still Twins, Dragon Ball. It's like just ban it. Easy, safe.
Yep. And the last ban was Apep, so we won't be seeing Bridge Shrine Apep, which is the
thank the Lord.
Tournament
I was scared for a second.
Showtime! This will be fun.
So we have the Millowin Mordar, both slow decks. So we might see a game going into the 4-minute mark here, I believe.
All right, this is a Bridge Shrine, Clear Skies, Bolt Millowin.
Bolt.
There comes the Bolt.
It gets an even trade. It gets the Priestess. I don't know if. I guess he was just waiting for something, right? It was Mordor. He's bound to play something big. Here comes a Dragon Netherwhelp. I believe, yes, it is the Netherwhelp or the Shadow Whelp.
This matchup might be a little bit favored towards Joltear because he has that Bolt and Magma Storm as well.
This is a very awkward hand. This is a very awkward hand from Joltear right now. He was he managed to fix it. It was a Magma Storm, Bridge Shrine. I forget the other two now, but it was both spells, so very hard to play any cards.
I'm actually a bit scared for Dulcis here. I mean, he's facing a Bolt and Magma Storm deck. Yeah, he does a Black Hole to defend his units, but if he misses that or doesn't have it in hand, he's playing a big combo with Guardian, Succubus. All these units will be out-traded by those cards quite quickly. So that could be quite scary.
These Sunlancers getting good work here as they manage to deal with Succubus. And he combos them with the Clear Skies. So this is a reset board practically. And
another Bridge Shrine being placed down here. Very control-y.
So both of these decks are technically very greedy decks, as we know. But because of the Bridge Shrine, Joltear technically will win a greed fight. Unless he makes major mistakes and revives very big units. Did good Shock Rock here to remove not only the Tombstone, but the Reboomer.
That was well-timed there. Also hoping to hit not his own Golem, but everything else. So this does hit his own Golem there, but also a nice pair of missiles a bit earlier.
Yeah. But another thing about when he killed this Reboomer, he actually killed the big setup that Z was trying to set up with the Reboomer Guardian Priestess play, which if you just don't have a strong way to answer it, it's just game over.
Yeah, Joltear is playing it a little bit risky here. He's placing down a Bridge Shrine even with a Priestess, Shao, Guardian on his face.
And
this might hurt.
Oh, he gets the Tombstone.
He activates it there.
He needs the. Oh, Joltear is playing a lot of cards. He's gonna.
This is
right now. But here comes
this hurts.
Here comes part 3. Part 3 can hopefully click Blood Screaming Cat to block the Reboomer and the Priestess from healing too much. But he gets another Guardian out. This is gonna be scary. Here comes it. Oh no, he doesn't get it. The turtle doesn't
Priestess
kill him.
does die. That's very unfortunate there.
It's gonna
But
be very
still-
hard. Keep going for the Magma Storm play. Oh no.
Yeah, that's.
Kill the Stun Lancer Magma Storm so you can get the res. Yes.
I-
he gets it.
I
That's okay.
think that Jolteer might have played a bit too nonchalantly here, placing down a few bridge shrines too many and letting himself become too low. Because he needs to kill this boomer right now.
He gets it.
Okay, but he's
Alright.
still 79 HP. He needs to play Clear Skies right now.
Oh, good. What's that? Good screaming scrap there to reset the aggro. So now he does buy himself some time.
He's living on a razor's edge.
But at the same time, Z does not have direct damage. So no, he gets.
This
There's
is
the
gonna be
mistake,
rough.
Resing the Guardian res, classic Mordor deck, 101 res Guardian, and your push survives. There's a fireball.
This is gonna be very difficult to handle. There's nothing Jolteer has. And that Ravager combo there with the Guardian, the Priestess, and Boomer, etc., is just such a lethal combo. And with Black Hole to boot to counter any sort of Meme Storm in this example, or Magma Storm, it's not easy to defend.
So yeah, especially when that's usually as you like to bring up there, that was very much usually a Ravager deck. But we have over time a lot of people have actually opted to move to the Mordor just for Guardian re-res, because Guardian really puts a damper on a lot of ways you can counter that deck.
Yeah, I feel like Dulkis, I feel he played the game fairly just straightforwardly and fairly well overall. He played the combos I needed to play. He got onto face. I just feel like Jolteer, he played too many bridge shrines there. He was really greedy for that perk 3. He got it in the end, but he lost too much HP for it and couldn't recover.
Yeah, we're moving into the next game. Yeah, moving into the next game now. So
The pink Setsu, my favorite, or my new favorite. Very nice.
Setsu here, a lot more ways to force the game out. So Z is not going to, hopefully, he's not going to hide through his HP.
This is also a cycle Setsu, right?
So, I believe it is a cycle Setsu, yes. It's going to be very interesting here because, like we saw earlier with Darien and Cat, this is all about managing the opponent's push, right?
Yeah,
when you're playing when you're playing the cycle Setsu like this, it's all about managing the push so it doesn't go out of control and you can get as many chances at face, because as you know, these push decks are not really interested in defending themselves.
Oh, this is not a good start for Dulkis here. He's being stunned, has a Fire Imp on face, Shrimps coming in bottom, Setsu on face as well on top there. Good Fireball.
Good patience. He could.
Yeah.
Good patience there, waiting for the Dragon Whelp and waiting for more commitment from.
But this is still a lot of early damage, like a lot, almost 2,000.
Unfortunately, that's the way to crumble sometimes when you with Setsu pushes. But
and look at the XP. This difference is pretty massive this early in the game.
Yep, this is looking up Jolteer right now. Jolteer's got all the momentum in the world. This is his game. Would you say this is his game to lose?
Definitely. Like with Setsu, with this XP advantage, with this health advantage, if Jolteer loses here, it's going to be entirely his own fault.
Jolteer can't get up. He can't set up. He's having trouble setting up just because Setsu is forcing this game to be played really quickly. Here's the fireball. Setsu is gonna just keep
and
shooting.
just goes on face and reloads, shocks.
Ooh. He resets his own reboomer there. Setsu's just gonna run out and shoot. He has to block the Setsu.
Setsu just gonna kill the Boomer with one shot and still almost kill him.
Guardian works.
Guardian works, but this is his first Guardian of the game. He just hasn't had any time to play Guardian before, and that's exactly what Jolteer wanted from this game, I imagine. He just wanted to push Dulkis into submission before he got the combo.
Here's Setsu jump. And...
He doesn't have Guardian.
Game. Yeah, Guardian was still in cycle, as we know. He just played it.
Yeah, and Tombstone was not ready to res either, so just a very clean, nice game from Jolteir there. Just very well executed. Just
very well when he saw the Stun Lancers get on face, he knew he had to change gear.
I mean, it was very like cutthroat there. It's like full face.
Cutthroat. I gotta go. This is the time. Let's not give him a chance to get that push in like he did last game.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that game was like the personification of Smork. It's like, okay, something is hitting face. Let's have more things hitting face. Let's have everything hitting face. Okay, he's dead. Good.
All right, let's get no time to think here. We're getting straight into the last game. So I believe what was left, Gnome? Because
Stormbringer? Yes? No? Stormbringer? Yeah.
Stormbringer
So we have a toilet. We have a toilet, statue, harbinger, combust, Stormbringer here.
And as we know from the history of this matchup, this tends to favor the Setsu. So Jolteir is in a position he'd like to be, but
yeah, I mean, especially with how Jolteir played the last game, I think that he's gonna feel confident going into this one as well.
This is actually really good for Z. He got to play the crossbow guild.
Very
early.
good combo there. Such a good value combo.
Yeah, he got to play it early, and before Setsu Jump comes into play. So he will. Let's see how much control and how much tempo he can.
He will get
this one guild.
I mean, the thing is, he might get some value out of this guild. He hasn't gotten amazing value yet, but any other guild except this first one will probably just be Setsu jumped on immediately.
This is when you have to make the adjustment. I'm not playing guild anymore. I'm just playing basic Stormbringer.
But then you are having a dead card in your hand for the entire battle, and that hurts your rotation. It hurts your potential plays, and it hurts your chances of winning by a decent bit.
But so most of the as we've seen before, sometimes one card is not enough to hurt the.
He does play it right away.
Not in hand for Jolteir, so this is actually a good jump. He's forced to play Fireball. He actually was hovering over Shock Rock, so he wanted to get a lot of damage. Now he has to make a decision of what I want to kill. Do I want to kill the Harbinger with my Setsu, or do I want to finish off that guild before it gets anything? I think he's gonna get both here just because of how placement.
Gonna hit almost everything here. I mean, it seems like Dolka's plan here is just to play guild while Setsu Jump is off.
Setsu goes on face. That's not what Jolteir wants. So this is gonna this is gonna give Z a lot of setup.
Yeah, if you can keep this Harbinger alive and defended, it's gonna be hard to. I mean, he'll have to just basically wait it out till Harbinger gets on his own face. I don't like playing a Defenso there. I don't think that's gonna get him much value.
Yeah, and it also prevented the Harbinger from moving a little closer.
I mean, I would think that it's not enough even. So slightly off.
Just 10 HP. Yes, he's forced to Shock Rock, but now he doesn't have Shock Rock.
And Combust play there.
Here comes the jump onto the Crossbow Guild.
I feel like Jolteir might be a little bit impatient with his place in this game.
Okay, but now there's no Fireball, now there's no Shock Rock, and now there's a Harbinger. And Setsu can't jump to deal with it. Z.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I didn't actually think about before now, that you have both the Crossbow Guild and the Harbinger. Which are you going to use your Setsu jump on?
It's very interesting. The thing is, you'd want to rotate. You want to use your Setsu jump on the guild either way, and you want to get the Harbinger close enough to your face. But no, now he Setsu jumps the Harbinger. So now this guild's gonna have the time of day.
I probably see the Harbinger as a bigger threat right now.
Yeah, but Z is actually under half now. He's under half HP.
Those combust plays on statue though, so good. Like, you see the value it gets every single time.
This is a good. No, he goes for Harbinger. I thought that Fireball was gonna go for the guild and face, but no, he opts to play more defensively here.
He's spending a lot of mana to deal with these Harbingers. I don't think it's mana effective.
Oh, Setsu actually got a shot off on the Harbinger, so it clears it right away.
Good screaming squad.
You see the? Oh no! Now he has a second guild up.
XP very even. Well, fairly even.
Okay, here comes Flightless Dragons, but they're just getting bullied by the crossbow dudes and Stormbringer at the moment. Here comes the Bind Warrior to draw them back into the fire. Here comes the Setsu jump on the guild. And face damage. This is good. This is good for Joltair as he gets the face damage he needs to potentially, make a game-winning push here. So
yeah, I mean he is third perk and he's second now, so he's probably just gonna go very aggressive after defending this push if he can.
Oh no!
Yeah,
that's not...
that's the second time in a row I think that exact play takes out the Fire Imp. It's a lot of damage. He needs to kick out third perk, but Harbinger's not on face, thankfully.
Harbinger's not on face, but it's going to get on face. It's on face now.
And still gonna get a shot off, is it? Oh,
nope,
barely not.
It's done by Setsu.
Barely not. But is this a statue at almost full health, and he has combust as well to take care of.
That's a very forward Harbinger. He wants this game over. Z wants to end this right now. He sees blood. Here comes Statue. Statue's gonna hit.
Oh.
No, Statue doesn't hit. No,
he's barely defending.
Harbinger is distracted by the Flightless Whelps. Here comes Illusionary Cleaver. It's gonna clear some Scrats because even the Scrats are dangerous at this point.
And Stormbringer pings as well.
There's a lot to consider right now. Here comes the
Setsu
Fire
wants
Imp
to go on the enemy face to DPS him down, but he doesn't have an opportunity to.
She needs to defend here. And now here comes the Crossbow Guild. Crossbow dudes get the game.
Crossbow Bros winning the game for Stormbringer. Feels good, man. Kind of.
Very good game by both players. It just came down to some unfavorable decisions by Joltair.
I mean, I feel he was a bit impatient in that game. I also felt like in the later stages of that game, like he got the third perk with Setsu and he desperately wanted to go face and like kill the Stormbringer as fast as possible, but he just didn't have any opportunity to. He was being pushed constantly.
But very good play from both players actually. Very good.
Yeah,
game.
they both had a pretty good game there.
A good adaptation for both. I hope to see these players again. In future KPCs. That was really good showing actually. All right. Now we get to see the rankings, I believe. No.
I would hope so. Think so. Yeah. So what are the rankings right now?
Well, currently, as I can see, is we have Cat. We definitely will be seeing Cat in the top 8. He's so far.
What a surprise!
He's not done with his last round yet. He has yet to drop a game. He's up against Rizzy.
Has he lost any rounds or 2-0s all the way? That's 2-0s all the way.
Ooh, that's
that is impressive.
Cat showing why he has that 80% win rate today.
He is a monster.
We have okay. We're gonna see a battle of the old. Okay, no, I heard some. Okay. All right. The word from the back is in. We're gonna get to watch some two old guard play. We're gonna watch Mephisto and Darien. I wonder what got through.
That sounds like a very exciting, high intense matchup.
Right. I mean, as I load in, I hope you're loading in, and I'm not.
I am, and I see a red golem. I see a rat bow. I see both people being fairly damaged. This red golem brings back memories, man.
I mean, it's also one of my favorite cards. I love that red golem.
And he's doing well here, even though it doesn't get to face in the end. But at least for like a few seconds on stream, we got to see red golem in action.
I mean, it's a standard. It's still a standard up to this day. A lot of people still have trouble dealing with it.
Yeah, I mean, well, it really depends on the caliber of the player that's using it, right? I mean, yeah, Darien playing red golem, winning. Pretty good. Oh, third game perhaps, or second? I'm guessing this is the third game. I mean, it has to be, right?
Did you say it? I've heard it was Ratbo versus Stormbringer. both
That does seem
players
to be the
on
case.
Masters they were known for at one point in time.
Ah, yes, the Mephisto Stormbringer back in the day. That was well, it still is a menace, but it definitely was in the past as well. Very scary.
A little history lesson for you folks that are relatively new to this game. There was one point in time we actually believed that Mephisto was Stormbringer in real life. Because he was that good with the Master. Those days are a little... Cat, you can say these days Cat has caught up to him within it, but this is still one of his best and favorite Masters.
Yeah, I mean, I remember playing against Mephisto back in the day when he was playing Stormbringer, and I was lucky if I got him on the 2500.
So again, this is a classic game. Classic from both sides.
Yeah, just classic Masters from the players playing them? No way. Words, means, yes.
No, we didn't get to see much of the deck beforehand. What do you think of this Ghost in the Stormbringer?
I mean, due to Stormbringer being Stormbringer and perks that he has, I think it's definitely a valid pick.
But
I don't think it's bad at all.
Here's a part of that Darien adaptation with his Red Golem deck. Look at the Swarm going into a Stormbringer deck.
Shield Guard here, though, is a pretty good counter to Swarms.
Yeah, but
decent counter, at least.
That's a scary thing. You also have to consider, is that what Darien wants?
Yeah, might be. I mean, I'm sure that Darien is fine taking some damage here as well. We're just gonna let this Shield Guard go on face for a bit.
I feel like Mephisto is not willing to actually... Because back in the day, you'd say, oh, if you see a Blood Imp, you fireball the Blood Imp right away. Darien actually bringing down the... What do you call that? The heal buff here. He's opting to stay over 1-5.
Yeah, he might just be waiting for, I mean, I don't know, waiting for some sort of timing or some sort of, some sort of moment where he feels he can push.
Maybe not feeling comfortable into pushing into, playing a Red Golem into Mephisto when mana is still pretty slow.
Maybe he wants to time it perfectly so the Ghost Turret of Mephisto will be down.
Good Daka there, Stormbringer clearing it. He plays the Blood Imps here, so he's gonna get the clear. Ooh, Mephisto chooses the Fireball. Now he's in money.
That was a perfect fireball from Darien.
Fireball instead. Darien is not going to. He's going to play it safe. He's going to continue his Swarm tactics. So maybe Darien is not actually gonna play the Red Golem here. Maybe he's just gonna try to slow.
I mean,
but he is holding up mana. Darien is holding up mana right now. So
yeah, Mephisto did also just play his Ghost Turret. This might be the opportune time.
Mephisto knows it, Darien knows it, it's Red Golem time.
Or not. Yes, maybe. Soon?
Yes.
He's dropping low though, almost at 1,000. He probably wants to heal up again.
No Red Golem time.
Nice block.
Good block there, but good block there from Mephisto, keeping the Xiaolong alive. Darien is on 10 mana. There it is.
There we go. Those archers though, and the Ghost Turret.
Mephisto has a lot of things though. Mephisto has he has mana.
And Divine.
He has what you call that, the buff for the Crystal Archers. And the Ghost
this
Turret.
is...
Just a dead Red Golem. Red Golem is not going to see...
This is probably why Darien didn't play Red Golem earlier. You see just the defense from Mephisto there. He has the units he needs to defend that. And he defended it perfectly.
I guess the plan, the battle plan for Darien this game was to get to perk 3.
I mean, yeah, he probably wants to be further ahead in XP as well, because he's not that ahead of the Stormbringer right now, which is not good at all.
That's a really good Daka actually. Comes another Red Golem. He's got the second one going, and now Darien, Mephisto does not have the Ghost Turret just yet.
But it's gonna be difficult though to deal with this, because Mephisto has the Ghost Turret soon in hand.
But here's that game changer, the perk 3 of Ratbo. A lot of people, it may not look like it. 2 scrats may not seem like a game-changing perk, but a lot of priority is, a lot of craziness comes from how a good Ratbo player can just keep the pressure going.
As you can see here, Darien's Red Golem is just not getting much of anything done. It's just not getting through at all.
It is buying him time, which is what Darien kind of needs right now.
Well, time is one thing, but he needs to keep the bridge control, and he needs to defend himself.
Darien is not playing the, what you call it, he's not opting not to play the heal buff. Mephisto got some units on face. This could be a lot of damage. Here comes.
Yeah, he needs to heal. Like he really
Look
does.
at
Like
here comes the ghost. Here's the healing puff. Mephisto doesn't have an answer to it right now. The scouts are gonna block it. Oh,
trying.
Keep it alive.
Hold,
Keep it
hold.
alive.
Ah.
No, the wall has fallen. The wall of scrats has fallen, and Mephisto has priority yet again.
Did not manage to hold the door there.
Darien
What's
is.
that?
Darien doesn't have a way to deal with Xiaolong. Okay, no, stops it somehow. Stops it with Golem. Oh, but
24 HP.
Does Mephisto have any more direct damage? I don't think he does. He has to. So
He's
it's a
going
cycle.
for the throat. He's probably just gonna cycle to Fireball again as fast as possible,
Yeah.
and avoid healing from heal buff.
No, I think he stopped the heal buff from Darien.
Here it comes. Yeah. It's yeah, Mephisto there at the end. He saw blood. It's like, yeah, time to finish this off. Time to go face here.
Darien really was caught there because he didn't have a way to really push the golem, and he
he
just
just-
get his form going.
It couldn't do much there. Like you have you're basically your winning card, your winning play is to get that red golem push in and just get everything rolling with that. But Mephisto, I mean, he had the divine, he has the ghost turret, he has archers and marines and Shao, and also storming range, obviously, and all of that combined together just meant that he barely pushed over the bridge with the red golem and never even got close to face at all.
And it seems that was actually game 2, and we will be seeing
was?
game 3. I think that's what we are. No. Oh, okay. So that's game. That was game. That was the match. Mephisto takes it. I think 2-1 or 2-0.
I mean, if this was, I mean,
2-1. All right. So
2-1,
that was
yeah, that's what I thought. Because if that was game 2, I would have been like, holy crap, how long have they been playing?
all right. So
Is
I
that
guess
the end of round 7? I believe it is.
not yet.
All the
We still
scores
I think we
seem
still
to have been
more.
reported.
Oh, Oscar. All right. Let's quickly go through these rankings. Dome, would you take down?
All right. Well, Cat does beat Rizzy 2-0.
Oh, okay.
Florian actually beating Croaker X 2-1. Not bad from Florian. He's showing good shape. I mean, beating Croaker X, not an easy feat.
No, for the current, technically
current?
the current champion of KPC.
Ah, yes, that is. Yeah, he.
Oh, okay.
Are we
well,
ending already, staff?
Before we sign off, I want to just let's quickly break down the top 8. I guess.
Sure, yeah, we can do that.
So we
So,
have our top 8 for sure already. I think. Yes, this is for sure.
Yeah.
We have Cat. At the top seed he's gonna be the top player of this tournament. Of the Swiss- undefeated with 21 points. Then we have Acer with 16 points. So good, strong performance today. Also Florian with 16 points. Both players showing really strong performances today, I guess.
Mephisto at 18 though after that last match being reported. No? Yes? No?
Maybe?
Yeah,
Yes,
I think
okay.
so.
Mephisto's at 18, so Mephisto's actually going to be second, so yep.
Gamer might be dropping out then, is what we're
We
hearing
have
here,
word.
perhaps?
We have official word that Video Gamer will be dropping out of the tournament, so
Very, very sad to hear that.
I mean, he came here for seeding, I believe, so seeding-wise, I guess he got the points, so I guess he got what he wanted in the end, right?
I mean, I'm
So-
sure he wanted to win the tournament too, though.
So Darien is actually third with 16 points, and priority with the Bercholts, I believe. And to round up the last 3, with on 6th place we have Grey Wolf. Grey Wolf, again, good, very strong player. We
Indeed.
expected him to be here. 8th place is former caster player and leader of the Daddy Guild, Veselin.
Is he the leader? Interesting.
I think, yeah, he is the leader. Well, I think he's one of the leaders. I think he's the guild curator and officer.
Interesting. All right then.
And the last replacing gamer would be the champion of last KPC, Croaker X.
Might see a repeat of last KPC then. Maybe.
Maybe, right? Maybe.
I mean, didn't Croaker X beat Cat in the first
Yes,
match
he did.
last one?
He did actually.
And it's going to be the same setup this time as well?
I believe so. It will be the same setup if we're just moving everyone up. Because Gamer was 7th seed, so this is assuming Veselin goes up and Croaker goes up.
Yeah. In that case, that would be very interesting, and I'm sure the topic casters will rejoice over that.
And I'd like to also give some shout outs to a couple players. Rizzy, let's say Rizzy and Alusi, both with 14 points. Just unfortunately, the BitSchultz weren't on their side, so they will be. Those were your 10th and 11th place players. Both actually really good showing for, I believe, newer players. Am I right?
Definitely not bad. Definitely not bad.
Definitely, I want to see them come back. I want to see more from you guys. I want to see, especially you, Rizzy. You impressed me today. And with that, I think we should sign off. No,
probably should before we get kicked out.
Before we get kicked out and we beat the timer, and then they have to start right away, right? So,
indeed. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed casting again. Always nice, just casting some high-level Minion Master games. It was fun doing Switch Stage as always, and I hope you all enjoy the tournament. And I hope I will be back at a later point.
And from me, Sasha, I enjoyed again. And that was your Swiss round. I hope you guys stick around for the top 8. And it looks like it's heating up to be a good one with some revenge matches on the line, too. So until next time, me and Gnome will be signing out.
Indeed.